ready to start the bad part of the game.
Oh god.
Well, what I consider bad. Like, not bad as in hard, as in not good.
Oh, okay. So it just goes downhill from here, I guess?
Until the very end. The end of it's pretty good, but...
As in, like, okay.
As in, they do stuff that doesn't need to be done.
Okay, cool. That specified everything I needed to.
Like, you know how we thought it was not a good idea for them to make the 7th Harry Potter movie into 2 movies? Like,
yeah.
That kind of not good. Like, we're just wasting time, not good.
It made an interesting 2 games, though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I never played the... I remember seeing the trailer.
The third-person shooter Wizards game, which actually wasn't a bad idea.
Resident Evil 5, Harry Potter edition.
So, when last we left our hero, he was
taking off very well. Huh. Now back to the magical stuff.
Now, when we last left our intrepid hero, he conquered the fire sanctuary. Everything should be stocked and ready to go.
Meanwhile, when are you leaving, mysterious dude?
I actually checked on when he leaves. He'll be leaving very soon, actually. Pretty much right after you do this next thing. But for now, you're headed back to Fodden in order to activate the Door of Time.
Okay, sweet.
Now, here's the thing.
Also, for the record, what's upcoming here is not where I feel the game gets bad. I will let you know when I feel the game gets bad. It is not during this section. I have a problem with this section, but it's not the entire section that's bad.
Starting to say, so for most, like, Zelda games, usually what they do is they take you backwards in times, correct? Like, Twilight Princess took you backwards in time. Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina, yes. Majora, the whole game's focused on that. The Oracle of Ages game goes back and forward in time.
But usually you go from the present backward.
Usually, yes. You're going to want Temple, Sealed Grounds. Actually, either one of those works.
It would be interesting to see a game where they do a jump forward.
Yeah, they had planned that initially for Ocarina. They were going to do that, and then they decided it was too much to try to compact into a game for the N64.
Because it would be interesting, an interesting way to do it where you're struggling in the time to defeat Ganon, and then you're in a future where Ganon has either completely succeeded
or completely failed. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happened.
Quick question: what's the big idea?
Fox.
As you affect the...
it's just because remember how they had like that giant thing around the edge so you couldn't just jump off whenever you needed to?
Yeah.
Yeah, this basically is just preventing that.
Oh.
Well, not preventing you from jumping off, but it's preventing the other things from getting in the way.
And where's the door?
It's at the top.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it would be interesting to see something like that, where as you affect things in the present, things in the future begin to change.
Yeah.
Instead of usually what happens where you affect something in the past and it affects your present.
It affects the present, yeah. I'm sure they'll probably try something like that at some point. I think they just want to branch out from themes just beyond time because they've been doing it a lot.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much the only section that goes, like, past present. It's not as big as it is in most of the other Zeldas where it's played with.
Starting to say, imagine a Zelda game with a... Do you know what I'm talking about when I say a nemesis system?
Potentially. Depends on what you mean by it, though.
Every action you take towards an enemy affects...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Affects...
It's like a mix between adaptive difficulty and the other term that I can't think of off the top of my head that I'm blanking on.
Really? Yeah. This again?
Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what you get for doing a Skyward Strike.
You must imprison the beast once again.
I'm concerned.
Starting to say, this might actually be a redeeming factor for him. Aside from...
I'm not sure where you're going, but...
Me neither.
You just go back out the door you came.
This one?
Meanwhile, goes out the door, he's already there.
Before.
Goes out the door and the boss is just standing right there. You took too long.
Also, I lied about the tracks.
Alright.
It's the Grusinator.
Wow.
Starting to say this actually isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, so he got rid of all the fences, and then he laid down the rails. And he actually did do it by himself, because let's face it, the only other person that would have helped would have been Granny.
Yeah. Alright.
So what's going to happen is during the fight, he'll let you know when he's ready. He'll make this noise that kind of sounds like, hey! Like, you'll hear it really easily, and then you can press up on the D-pad to switch to his control. And you can move anywhere around the perimeter that where the carts are, and then you can aim and throw bombs at the Imprisoned to slow him down.
Do you need to?
You don't need to, but it helps a lot.
Because the Imprisoned's gonna...
Later on, you won't have to, but it helps a lot because the Imprisoned will start climbing the side of the wall instead of going up the spiral. And if you hit him with a bomb, it will stop him from doing that.
Make him fall back down. That would be great.
Alright.
Now, it can't knock him, like, on the ground like how you stunned him the first time, but it can immobilize him.
Starting to say this is an interesting boss, though.
You'll probably change your tune by the end of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Also, he's got arms now. Because, like I said, he can climb up the wall, so...
Nice question mark.
That's pretty much the only thing his hands really do in this fight. He doesn't, like, swipe at you or anything.
Okay.
So you'll notice it's already doing the shockwave in phase 1 this time around.
Oh, jeez.
She's vicious.
Oh, jeez. I'm squished. Okay.
Yeah, this is like a first cutscene. This will happen before you can get him the first time. Yeah, that hay noise is the noise you'll hear whenever he's moving.
Okay.
So then you hit plus, and you'll go to this mode. You adjust with left and right, and then you literally just aim with the remote, and just it goes wherever you fire. It takes a second for the bomb to get there, so if he's moving quickly for whatever reason, you might have to leave your shot a little, but not too much. It doesn't matter where you hit him, as long as you do hit him.
Oh, jeez. This is terrible.
That's why you...
You're right on target. Right in the face.
Nailed it. Sweet. I think I got that.
Yeah, you gotta get the other one.
Praying Mantis hands.
Where are you at?
I mean, you've got the health to sit there and tank the blows.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely just tank it. Alright, and I just run around and whack it back in.
You might also notice that his leg is not lifted this time, so you actually do have to go around.
Oh, jeez. Okay, this sucks. And I hate it. Okay. This was a mistake.
Uppercuts.
Alright.
He's just like...
Gertie.
It could have been worse. I was thinking of a worse joke, so you're welcome for not saying it. Right in the back.
I think the wind actually changed the trajectory just a...
I've checked. It stays the same.
Because that would be cool. Just juggling it using the the wind things.
Hello. Thank you.
Ooh, he's double timing.
It really is.
Yeah, he will get faster on the third cycle as well.
He's already kind of ridiculously fast. Okay.
Do you want my advice?
Sure.
I would fight him the other way. You're going to want to get above him, like one tier above him, by using the wind.
Right here?
Yep. Well, that one disappeared because he's over it. So.
Oh my god.
Because remember, you can jump on him and then just swing down at the thing in order to damage him that way. So if you get up next to him and before you jump off, you switch to Groose, he'll stay stunned so he won't move around, and so you can just jump on him and get him right then and there. Because then you don't have to attack the toes at all. And you don't have to worry about getting hit by the shockwave at all.
So currently hit him with Groose.
Yep. If he starts climbing up the wall, you just need to hit him no matter what. Like, he recharges, or Groose recharges
you hit him
pretty quickly.
I was too far ahead.
It's fine.
No, yeah, just like that. You don't actually have to do a jump attack or anything.
Oh my god. Oh, that sucks.
But the jump tag does help.
It does help control your landing a little bit, but
yeah.
the sailcloth also works for that.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
The thing is, you usually get more time than that. It's just because he was climbing the wall, it figured you weren't trying to do it to stun him, but just trying to get him off of the wall. So if you do it now while he's not climbing the wall, oh no, never mind.
He's climbing the wall again.
Yep.
That's handy.
So maybe just before you switch to Groose, just make sure you're right next to him, and then because
Okay.
the bomb, like if you hit Link with the bomb as Groose, it does not damage you. Even if it did, you got plenty of health.
Oh, and you can hit his fingers to make him fall as well.
Grenade! In the back of the head, that's gotta hurt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his head wasn't flat, so...
Yeah. His head, like, it's weird. Like, how his head is actually shaped in terms of polygons versus...
Oh yeah, they give you hearts.
Looks in the game looks really weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that worked.
Yep, the problem is you're out of stamina.
Yep. It is.
It might have recharged you this since it was a cutscene.
And nothing really matters.
Not
How
really.
do I...
You still gotta go around, though.
God.
Yeah, at this point, that's gonna happen from here on out. Like, you're not gonna be able to go underneath his leg like that anymore.
I'm not gonna make it.
You might. I always feel like I'm not gonna make it. I usually end up just barely getting it. Alright, round 3. He's just gonna stop walking altogether and start doing that. You can stop him by hitting him with Groose. This is where you're gonna have to leave your shot a little bit, and if you can't see him, just move the actual cart
Move the
itself.
cart. Dang, that card books it!
Yeah, it actually controls really well.
How far do I lead it?
Not that far.
Well, I can't aim it either, so...
Yeah, you can't aim that low, so you have to like just go.
You have to go around.
Yeah, because it encompasses the entire perimeter, so you can get it anywhere on that track.
So like right here?
Well, he's not like crawling across the ground anymore.
Yeah.
So he's gonna move slower.
Too slow. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. So where are you at? Where your curly mustache at?
It's getting near the tap.
Actually, I would just wait for Groose, because he can't climb up onto the tracks. I would just wait for Groose to recharge, and then you shoot him, and you jump down and get him that way. And don't worry, it usually flashes, because he usually does get pretty close to the top. I agree. Right in the butt.
Okay.
Lock and fire.
Yep.
Oh my god.
The difficulty with that
It's gonna
can
kill
be
me.
sometimes. No, Link will jump and sailcloth off in the cutscene.
Oh,
That
okay.
was just the last hit. The downside to doing that is sometimes Link will roll without you meaning to.
Yeah.
And so you'll just roll right off of him.
Oh jeez.
So like, On one hand, it helps use the sailcloth so you don't have a chance of doing that. On the other hand, it wastes time because you're using the sailcloth. So it's kind of just, if it starts to be a problem, you might consider doing it.
That's fair.
Because that's not the last time you're fighting him.
Alright.
Next time he'll have wings.
You say that.
You're
not too far off, actually.
Don't say that.
I thought it was just the natural progression.
Talon, I'm gonna...
I didn't write the story.
Quickly now, as I am all the way up at the top.
Yeah, there's no time limit for this, don't worry.
Skyward stab. Uppercut, just send it flying upwards.
To space. You've made a weird looking hourglass that's kind of crooked.
It's pretty darn crooked.
Yep.
But, oh well.
I mean, that's what I think of Phantom Hourglass too.
That still is a pretty cool shot.
Yeah. Enjoy seeing it when it happens the third time.
So, does it explain later in the game exactly what the Imprisoned is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Because I have a vague knowledge of it.
I mean, I usually treat what it is and what it turns out to be as two completely separate things. To me, the Imprisoned is just an annoying boss that you fight 3 times. Because the first time it's like, oh, it's this big scary thing, and then after you fight it, you're like, that wasn't too bad. And then you fight it again, and you're like, oh, great, this guy again. And then you fight it the 3rd time, you're like, really? Enough of this now.
Stop getting power-ups and coming back.
Let me say this once again. I do not like it when games recycle bosses. I understand limitations, but that is like one of my biggest nitpicks with Majora's Mask, is recycling that stupid Wizrobe fight 6 separate times. It is incredibly frustrating.
But Dark Knots are good.
Dark Knots are okay. The problem is there are no Dark Knots in Majora.
Yeah.
The closest you'd get to that would be Majora's Wrath, which is the final phase of Majora.
Isn't that when you get the divine...
No, you get the Fierce Deity mask by getting all the other non-transformation masks in the game and trading them away before you get to the final boss. Which means you don't have to 100% the game, but you have to 100% the masks in order to get that.
Which is still a pain.
Yeah, some of them really suck. The Mask of Sense being one that I particularly remember being a bit of a pain to get. Where imagine you're doing the Dompy race, except at like twice the speed. Also, I'm glad you agree in not liking the Imprisoned random citizen. Ooh, we're playing Tetris now.
I'm afraid I'm not very good at Tetris.
Okay, we won't have you play Tetris 99 then.
That would end poorly.
Even I get smoked on Tetris 99. I'm lucky to make it into like the top 30. Of course, these are also people that like played Tetris Attack and stuff like that professionally that are going to play this game. So of course they're going to smoke anybody that's not practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear that, it just reminds me of the Pocket Bell rant.
Right?
As we go on, we'll remember. You can hear him gritting his teeth. That's the best part.
It's pretty great.
It's a pretty fancy door you got there.
Yeah.
Alright. This is pretty high tech, all things considered.
See,
looks way better than how the Gate of Time used to.
The theory is the further back you go in the Zelda timeline, the
more advanced the technology
more advanced the technology is It's this repeated battle that stunts the technological growth and altogether just kills it.
Yeah, and there's also like a side plot / story thing. It's not actually ever written in, but it's kind of like theorized / implied that kind of like how a lot of games do, that technology versus nature and they're kind of just opposed of each other, which is why you see in like a lot of like a post-apocalyptic games, like nature kind of gets back the areas of society that have taken over. So like buildings are just like covered in vines and stuff.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Stuff like that. It kind of goes with that nature too. So you might have actual people in like the Zelda timeline between games thinking maybe it's the technology that keeps doing us in. Maybe we should just stick to what we have and, you know, appreciate it the way it is. Could also be part of it. But that's just a theory.
This time on Game Theory.
I will not tell her, Bruce. Not
Bruce
even
is a
remotely.
strong, independent man who don't need no woman.
Tick tock on the clock.
Don't do this. Are you supposed to like just run and
there you
slam
go.
into it, or?
I knew.
It's a cyber chase portal. Just jump in.
You've got to stick your hand into it.
This is like at least 2 feet in there, in between that platform and the gate.
Just jump. It'll be fine.
Like,
kind of reminds me of those things that they have at
Okay.
what are they called? At like carnivals or whatever, the little spinny rotator thing that are in fun houses.
Yeah.
I cannot do those, like the lights and the things that rotate.
Hey, look.
I just completely like I'm down like a sack of potatoes, you know.
Man down, man down.
Oh hey.
Before you ask, this is the only area you can go into the past. You can't like go outside or anything like that. I have checked. That was the first thing I did.
Yeah.
It's argued that this area is supposed to mimic from Ocarina of Time the Light Temple / Temple of Time.
Yeah.
Because in how it's set up is pretty similar.
You have many questions, but for now, just go away. Oh, those doors. Thought she was gonna send me back through the gate.
This is kind of like, if they're parallel, this is basically the Door of Time / Gate of Time. That in Ocarina you needed the 3 gems to open the door. They're kind of in the same placement.
Starting to say, I wish it gave you the option on going into the gate the way you wanted to, because you just turn backwards and backflip through the gate.
No, if only. That music, though. I don't know how far you got in Ocarina of Time, but this is a song from Ocarina of Time called Zelda's Lullaby.
First of all, that's a terrible idea. The old gods creating a supreme power, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, sure is. But gods are not perfect, they just make mistakes on a bigger scale.
Yeah, like massive.
They were counting on the goodness of humanity.
Also...
Oh, they would be disappointed.
Also, as the saying goes, when the rich wage war, it's the poor who die.
Yeah.
The poor being the average human and the rich being the goddesses.
Mm-hmm.
You thought you were being generous? You let a madman.
You sold my dead bird to a blind kid?
Two separate...
That face.
Two separate plans?
Can I make that my wallpaper?
Yeah, I'll save you a screenshot of it.
Like IRL, just put it on my wall.
Created fee.
Bye.
Oh. You guys make it
I
too
smell
easy.
the blood of a Helion.
So it's pronounced Hylian.
Hi. Alright. So this was your big plan, just say, I'd rather be immortal. And die.
Yeah, that was basically the idea. The Triforce is created by gods, but it cannot be used directly by the gods, so if the goddess transfers her soul into someone that's mortal, then she has the ability to use it.
Don't tell me you're the goddess.
Too bad.
She said it.
It's not him.
Okay, wait. Are all of the Zeldas reincarnations of the goddess?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's just this one.
What they carry that's similar, besides the name, for obvious reasons, is the Triforce of Wisdom.
The reincarnation of the bearer of the Triforce of Wisdom, yes. But
that's why they're not all the exact same person when they're awakened.
Oh my goodness,
Like
yes.
this Zelda versus, like, Tetra turning into Zelda and Wind Waker versus Zelda and Twilight Princess. Like, they all
started
act
to
very
say
different.
Twilight Princess versus Breath of the Wild. I love the contrast of those two.
You have
like
one that's completely cold, dead, and lifeless, and then you've got the Breath of the Wild one.
Yeah, one that's solemn and all about ruling her people. She is a ruler. She is nothing more.
Yeah. Which
But
is why I
in
think
the Breath of the Wild,
Breath
of the Wild, the young girl who has greatness thrust upon her,
and is not,
much to her chagrin.
Yeah, not able to use her powers to their full potential as much as she wants to.
Until she
also,
absolutely
that face,
needed to.
That face.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Those quivering eyes.
Yeah, you'll see that in a lot of meme things, like whenever he walks into a pottery shop, people Photoshop that face.
Deep breathing.
Yeah, his breathing intensifies. It is a pretty good face, to be fair. The only thing it's missing is him not blinking at all.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm still not over this. So Zelda is the god. I'm not over this. I'm sorry.
You'll never see her, like, transform into the goddess or anything.
My woman is a goddess. Yes, we know. The
She
game
can't
story has
transform
told
back,
me
so.
to.
Yeah,
She gave up immortality in favor of reincarnation?
She gave her immortality in favor of potentially using the Triforce to save the world should the need arise, which of course it did, because it's a video game.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, your Master Sword's about to get powered up.
Again.
Didn't I just do that?
Yeah.
It took forever to get it powered up in the first place.
I know.
And now we're gonna do it again. Alright.
Yeah,
well,
like I said, the pacing in this game sometimes is not the best in the world, but Wind Waker is far worse.
Oh, yeah.
Far worse.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of other games where it took so long for you to get...
Now that's the Master Sword.
It took so long for you to actually get, like, a good weapon, but then once they did, it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna overload you on power-ups, and you shouldn't struggle with anything except major bosses now.
Icarus, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology.
Oh, finally!
Yes.
Kneel! I want you to beg for my forgiveness.
No.
I came down to
I have
Earth.
to go find the actual Triforce?
No, you actually don't.
Oh, okay.
Well, you do, but it's inside the entire thing is inside one singular dungeon.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, I have to go back all over this
you're not going
entire
too far
world.
in Elden and Lanayru to get the different pieces of the Triforce.
No,
Okay.
yeah. They want to do
would
that
be
to you.
awful. You will be going back to those areas for something else, though.
What?
Yep.
think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Well, you done messed it up.
Yeah, and you know what hope is? It's a way for us to accept our fate, no matter how tragic it might be.
Starting to say, Link to the Past. Ooh, boy. You want to talk about people willing to do stuff to get the...
Yeah.
Sacrificing how many 7 maidens?
7.
Yeah.
They do it again.
Killing their families, too.
Yeah.
Wait. So, is she breaking up with me? I feel like she's breaking up with me.
No, this is basically the difference between Zelda talking to you versus the goddess talking to you. Right now, the goddess is talking to you.
Yeah.
Because remember, there's 2 parts of Zelda. There's, like, your friend Zelda, and then there is the goddess.
If you've noticed, her expression really hasn't changed in this entire thing. It's been this smiling thing, but, like, Zelda worried, and she had a variety of facial expressions.
And the reason you didn't see, quote-unquote, the goddess talking to you in, like, the first couple times you ran into her but couldn't actually catch up to her is because the power of the goddess only awakened in her after she prayed at all the locations. So she didn't have that power awakened inside of her like the first and second time you saw her.
Oh, another good character I thought was very interesting, and there you go.
Yeah, that would be Zelda.
Yeah.
So, she's definitely breaking up with me. Okay, so she's eventually gonna wake up again. I just have to beat the game. Okay.
Oh god. She said, I promise. Usually that's bad.
No, that was Link that said that.
I know.
And she doesn't respond no matter what you say.
Yeah. Starting to say...
Look at those eyes, man.
Yeah, you can... As they say in The Simpsons, you can literally pause the exact moment where his heart rips in half. So yeah, this is sort of this game's version of... With her being sealed away, she can't get captured. Kind of like how in Ocarina, that's why she turns into Sheik, so she can't get caught.
Yeah.
And it won't let me Skyward strike the thing? Okay.
No, you're not gonna go back in there.
Darn.
Starting to say...
You cannot actually move around and interact in there unless you, like, hack the game or something.
Darn.
Now, the funny thing is, if you had looked through the doors, because there's a little bit of a crack in the present door, you could actually see part of the orange thing that she got locked in even before that cutscene.
Huh?
Because it happened in the past, so it's already happened in the present.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, as long as she's locked in there, which is the power of a goddess...
Right, then she cannot be harmed by demise or captured by Yurheem or anything like that.
They'll just relentlessly... Like, they probably tried to raid the temple and destroy stuff sometime in between, but... I mean, what are you going to do?
I think part of it, too, actually does, like, hide her presence from the world as well. Yeah. Which is why you have Impa. Because Impa's there to guard the temple, make sure nothing suspicious happens, but, of course, if they did raid the temple, she probably would have been killed.
I will
also,
say,
if you do a Skyward Strike again, you'll see it charges way faster.
Oh my god, that is so much faster.
If you play this game in New Game Plus, also known as Hero Mode, your Skyward Strike charges that quickly at the start of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
But
remember, you're also taking double damage, not getting hearts from grass, not getting hearts from enemies.
That's fair.
So I feel like it's a fair trade-off.
And I can't get out.
Nope.
Man.
Like I said, I've tried.
Man.
But
every time a new Zelda game comes out, me and Brandon try to figure out how many ways we can break the game.
I will say, Impa is the ultimate example of a knight. Yeah. I will say that. Like, regardless of what she's doing, she is always loyal to her thing, even if it pains her emotionally. Whereas Link is definitely a hero archetype, which means he's gonna break some rules. He's gonna He's gonna smash some pottery.
Yeah, he may have the hero part, but he is not he's not lawful good.
Yeah.
Not all of the time, anyway.
He's neutral good.
Neutral good, primarily. A little bit of chaotic in there, but primarily neutral.
Because there are...
Bruce would be the chaotic neutral in this game.
Wait, so there's a dungeon in Skyloft?
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Sorry, what?
Well, she says that the Triforce is in Skyloft somewhere, and you said that it's in a dungeon. And I said, wow, Skyloft has a dungeon?
Yep. I know.
Hey, look, it's Bruce.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Bruce.
I don't know why they give this, like, hint to you now, because it shows up way later. Well, not way later, but more.
Actually...
She did. She's in a Sword Art Online coma. Sorry.
Right.
That's real. That's real.
When she actually does get out of there, her hair is going to be like way down past her legs. I will say, for all the things that the original Sword Art Online did wrong, I am glad that they at least kept that touch in there of like the fact that his hair substantially grew after he got out of there.
Because yeah, they were in there for years.
I would have figured that they would have just been lazy with it and be like, nope, he's got the exact same damn haircut in the real world.
Well, the thing
it has not changed.
The thing is, you look at him versus Asuna. Asuna, her father is a multi-millionaire or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's going to be somebody in her room at all times to make sure, like,
plus her hair is like, her hair can actually be cut because it's like down here. His is inside the helmet, so they can't really do anything without screwing with it. And they said if people tried to tamper with it, that it just activated the defense system.
Oh my god, he'd get a bowl cut right around the headgear.
Oh, I'd get the coconut head haircut. Hell yeah. Everyone's favorite Nancy Declassified character.
So I guess I'm going back up to Skyloft.
Starting to say, that's...
At this point, the dude with the crystal ball should be gone.
Okay.
If I am correct.
Starting to say the fact that, like, what's his name? The bad guy from First Arc. I can't remember his name. But,
Kayaba.
Kayaba, yeah. Kayaba built a machine that, like, because he said that if it...
Dude!
Yep.
Dude! Sick.
That instant kills you if you keep in your hand, by the way.
Sick!
It doesn't actually do that, but it's just a bigger bomb.
But
yeah, they actually did animate in the fact that Groose did have a bomb stash back there, so...
I mean, that makes sense.
Good for them for doing that. Because they could have just done nothing.
For the sake of continuity.
But he made a machine that could identify the the electronic signals and stuff as people's hair grew longer and started creating interference or whatnot. But God, I kind of want to see some side story arcs, like within Sword Art, like not just Kirito or whatever.
Oh, I don't think I'd ever go back and watch it, but it would have been cool. I mean, if they knew that they were going to have, like, the big base they did at the start, they would have just made 100 episodes, one floor per episode. If they had known that that's what was going to happen, because they got to be pretty close to about 100 episodes, right?
Yeah, I mean, just because they have 3 different seasons.
Yeah.
And
then
then
they have alternate season.
And then they also have alternate series.
So yeah, they would be able to get.
Which, by the way, Gun Gale Online alternate or whatever.
Yeah.
It's actually.
Gun Gale was my favorite arc, even in the normal one. You wouldn't need to fly higher than that.
Which I find interesting because most people say that's where things really went to.
No, it was Alfheim. Alfheim was the one where it went to the crapper. That thing got flushed so far down the toilet, and Alfheim, not even Aquaman, could pull that sucker out.
Bold of you to assume Aquaman can pull anything.
He's pretty good about pulling shit out. Alright, so let's see if Mr. Crystal Ball Man is gone. Alright, cool. So there should be a guy, behind you, to your left now. Now to your right. Yeah, that guy will tell you where he is. I don't know if you have to or not. He is basically at his house, but you might want to talk to this guy anyway to make sure.
Uh-oh.
I love that line. I just hope he's not at home kicking himself for not foreseeing this.
Oh, man.
That's a pretty good sick burn, not gonna lie.
Savage.
This game has some pretty good lines in it.
Do we need an alternate crystal ball?
Yes, we do. But you're gonna have to talk to him first, because you have to douse for it.
Oh.
You don't actually have to douse for it, but the game thinks you do. I know where it is, so... And you know where it is, you've seen it.
Probably. What's his name again?
I'll just tell you where he is. He's across the stone bridge, and he's like way in the back. Like he's gonna be on the bottom right of the map. His house is way, way in the back. Like take that pathway that goes up, and then whenever it goes to the right, where it goes like underneath the thing, then you should be able to find it there. Yeah, that should be it. It took me forever to find this guy's house.
It's way over here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, I know where it is now, but like finding it for the first time, I was like, I don't know where the hell this guy is. It's like the one house I couldn't find.
He doesn't have any pots to break.
Nope.
How rude.
You really shouldn't open other people's covers without permission.
Yep.
Someone's gonna be like, is the audio desynced? No, I just said that before it appeared on screen. Look at that side eye he's giving you.
Yikes. Okay. Oh no. No.
Ooh!
And a building atop a mountain peak.
It's literally like directly to the left of the first fire temple that you did.
Hmm.
I pointed it out when you were getting the pieces of the key when you were going into that dungeon on the fourth episode. Also, enjoy this particular stream because at this point we have officially surpassed Path of Radiance in how many streams? It took 9 for Path of Radiance, this is number 10.
Woohoo!
Now there's no way of knowing if the actual time is equal per se, but like we still got another probably 2-3 episodes to go after this. So
Probably.
I'm going to say it will be longer.
Likely.
Mostly because the extent of the side quests in Path of Radiance would be doing the extra trial maps. Which I just showed you and said, there's a lot of enemies, it takes a lot of time, there's no reward, don't even bother. You're still at full money.
I know. I just saw pumpkins and went into a rage.
I feel like if anybody should do that, it should be me.
That's fair.
Unless Pumpkin makes you violently ill. Which is funny, because Pumpkin is supposed to help with the stomach, not make it worse. Speaking of talking about things that are supposed to help and make things worse earlier.
God.
And run out of stamina right before the edge. Hooray!
I was gonna say, I used to love pumpkin seeds, but then I ate so many.
Ernesto used to bring like a ton of those in school all the time.
I mean, they're fantastic. It's just whenever you eat.
He also used to bring corn nuts, so think about what you will.
Starting to say, I used to go through bags and bags and bags of sunflower seeds. Like I would always have like a old cup or water bottle in my car.
Yeah.
And I'd leave it in there and it'd end up with like sun-baked.
It'd be really gross.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
The one upside
Also,
to having a thing for sunflower seeds is very rarely is a snack that gets stolen from you.
Yes, and also the fact that
I basically made it. It's fine.
Like, I can't remember exactly what it did, but it made me.
First of all,
it made me ill in some way, form, or fashion.
Right
You're
there?
underneath the desk. That's.
I think I know where it is. I think. Let's see.
If
Don't go looking too far, and it is not inside the temple.
It's like right here, isn't it? Like this way.
I mean, you can also just douse for it too. If you really can't find it.
Yeah, it's that.
Yep.
So all I have to do is get up there.
Yep.
So.
Oh, hey, some butterflies. you're not gonna play the Elven Volcano song? Bleer, bleer.
But I was saying why you might have Eldenor.
Ah, the irony. Well, at least it fits the area, I guess.
At least he's not just pulling
I would like to
flowers.
I would like to remind you, at this point in the game, on my first playthrough, I still did not have enough Eldenor to finish the Iron Shield.
Oh my god.
That's rough.
That's my luck.
More than enough.
But
I only had 3 pieces. It was really bad.
Okay, I need to get over there. Can I just like run and jump?
No.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, that might be a bit much for a jump.
Just over here?
Yep.
That is way too big. This guy again.
Just expecting to see like Wario fly down from the sky like Mario Strikers.
Wah.
I like that he sings his own theme song in that game. It's so funny.
by the way, I was thinking at work today, which is never a good
Why
thing.
would you think it work?
That's the opposite of what we're supposed to do at my job anyway.
So
we're just supposed to be crazy.
Just imagine a Super Mario Bros. Themed, like Luigi themed Ouija board, and it's like Luigi board.
I think people have actually like genuinely made those, not for like sale or anything, but like for their own personal collection or whatever.
And of
course,
there's some
Waluigi
Waluigi
board?
ones. There's some Waluigi ones too.
I know for a fact that there's several Waluigi ones.
Been looking up, getting ready to commune with the dead, and then getting yourself eaten by a ghost probably.
Yep.
See, that's the irony of using a Luigi Ouija board, is you would probably get eaten by a ghost, which is his one true fear.
See, the thing is, I don't know if the ghost would try to possess anybody in my family, because they're already crazy enough as it is.
They're already possessed. Oh yeah, there's a piece of art in one of the goddess cube chests up here, so we might want to get that at some point.
Sweet.
Which is
I'm
the
going to
That is
die.
the penultimate piece of art.
Penultimate. I like that. I've
I was
always
gonna
liked
say
that word.
I'm pretty sure that's the correct word.
Penultimate, second to last.
Yeah, then it is the correct word.
Because the ultimate is the last or greatest.
Yeah, I'd argue greatest for the last one. I mean, it's where it should be.
Except for in Digimon.
I wouldn't know. I never watched Digimon.
Because you know how Pokemon has like 3 evolutions, and the last one is the last evolution, and then there's like Mega Evolution.
So many in Digimon.
But Digimon, there is you have the baby form, in training 2, rookie.
Oh, so it's like the Soul Calibur levels. There's like 80 of them. Got it.
Rookie,
Yeah.
champion, and then ultimate.
Then you have Iron Neophyte, Gold Neophyte, Platinum Neophyte.
Well, here's the thing. Ultimate was supposed to be the last, and then they were just like, "Hey, let's go one step beyond.
Ultimate Plus.
Let's go Mega, and Mega's gonna be past Ultimate." And then there's like Fusion, which can
You can get out of polymerization, right?
yes, which makes apparently Ultimate or stronger. And then there's the after Mega, there's like a next step after Mega. There's like, I don't want to call it Super Mega, but it's like Mega or whatever.
Mega Man.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
There's Mega, and then there's form changing to go to an even higher level. Yeah, it just gets ridiculous.
There is another quest I think we can do right now, but it's kind of out of the way.
And 2.
Do I have to use that? I really use it.
Oh, I heard the recent, like, I was talking with some people at work about Sword and Shield. And the thought apparently what they're saying is, like, they've researched a couple sources. Sword and Shield wasn't their ultimate design. It's their penultimate design. They're looking to make a better game.
I sure hope so.
Sword and Shield's just supposed to be kind of like the step stool to get up there. You want to know what I want? I want
Taco Bell?
Yes, that we can do that later. But
I'm pretty sure she was just messing with you, but yeah, we probably will.
But because you know how they have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and stuff? We need Delta Emerald so we can go to the Battle Frontier again.
I feel like I'd have to pick it up just for the namesake, obviously.
Yeah.
I have no say in the matter. Or I'll make Brandon get it for me.
Well, yeah.
Hey, my birthday's in like 6 months. Get this for me.
If I get it for you for your birthday, then you'll probably get it within a year, you know?
It's always known as the Delta episode.
I'm assuming this is where that was.
I don't know. Check the thing. Map.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Ruby. Omega Ruby. Well, I might have glitched the Delta episode quest.
Oh, it's fine. A lot of people did that apparently. Apparently it's a pretty common thing.
So it can't progress.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, guess I'm never getting...
Oh, we might actually get a chance to talk about the glitch in this game as well, where you can lock yourself from progression.
Oh, no.
It's not where you are, though. I'll let you know when that point comes up.
So we make sure we don't do it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You can climb up that wall on your right.
This one?
No, the one that's behind you. Like right there, you can just wall kick up that.
Aha.
I see. So
you'll get to memorize this area later for a minigame.
Gross.
Yeah, so the chest you're looking for is kind of towards the underside. You might want to just fly around the island and look for it. It's in a weird spot, but it's there.
Okay, so we've...
Oh, I see it.
So we've discussed what the worst minigames are. Like, this has some of the worst minigames in the Zelda franchise.
It's weird because it's a variety of bad, like for different reasons. Like some of them are genuinely really hard, like the bow and arrow. Some of them just control like ass, like the harp, where it was just, wow, this is terrible. Some of them are just high luck, like Fun Island, where it's like there's a reward where people actively want to get it, and it's just a little bit of luck. There's some skill, but there's some luck in it as well.
But
a bunch of weird stuff.
Then what are some of the best mini games in the Zelda series, in your opinion?
I like challenging but rewarding, so I'm going to say the target shooting games in Majora's Mask are both really good. The Swamp one is easier because it's just shoot everything. The one in Majora's Mask in Clocktown, there's one where you get setups where you have to hit Octoroks that will pop up, but some of them are bad colors and you lose time. So you'll have one where you'll have like a row where there's 3 here, and 3 here. And the row in the center is all good, and then the 2 on the corners for one side is good, and the one in the middle on the right side is good. So you have to hit 1, 2, the full row, and the one in the middle. So it's a lot of memory and it's a lot of skill, but it's high, like you feel really accomplished when you get it done. So I prefer high skill. I do kind of like some mindless stuff, and I do love doing some goofy stuff.
Geez.
So like that said, if the Bomb Chew Bowling controlled better in Ocarina, I would probably like it a lot more, but it controls like ass. So that's why I don't. You're gonna have to either turn really tight or pull back out and then go in.
Nah.
Well, you did do that. You did the
yeah,
first thing.
I did. Hello.
snowboarding in Twilight Princess.
Oh, that was great. I actually.
But that's another like high skill, at least for the female.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes. There was one and it's a game that not a lot of people like, but I liked it. The bomb arrow canoe minigame.
I did like that one, but I also figured out a really easy way to win it.
Oh yeah, it's
if you
easy.
if you shoot everything and don't steer your boat at all, you'll end up with 1 point over what you need every time.
Yeah.
So just don't steer. Like, don't make it unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah, and then but another thing about that, like the music behind it was beautiful too.
Yeah, it really was.
Because it was like serene. It didn't feel like a rush yourself mini game. It was more about like taking in the scenery as well.
Majora's Mask, the Beaver game, was pretty good. It's a little bit mindless, but it shows how nice. I think it's made good because of the fact that the swimming Majora's Mask controls really well. At least the original one it did. And so the fact that it controls well makes it feel really nice. You can do stuff like you'll have to like jump out of the water and hit a target, and like land back in the water like a tiny little target. Like, if you tried to do that in this game, it would be a nightmare, but it feels completely natural and it feels really good in Majora's Mask by comparison. So that's another good one.
Am I doing another Gratitude Crystal quest?
If you want to, you can. That is up to you.
Where do I need to land?
I am trying to figure that out.
Alright.
This is like way ahead in our thing. It says it's available now, but...
Who knows?
Yeah, because this is like... Oh god, don't remind me about that. Oh, look at all those paragraphs. Ew. Oh, that's gonna suck later on. Well, for you.
I love.
Appreciate it.
She's just like, I don't even know what's going on.
Alright, you're gonna go to the Lumpy Pumpkin.
The Pumpy Lumpkin?
Yep.
Don't do this.
They're interchangeable. They really are, because Pumpy Lumpkin sounds funny. Some spoonerisms don't really sound funny. That one sounds funny. I think it's just the noises.
One time, my dad said "smoot fruity" at a Dairy Queen when ordering, and that was years ago, and he still has not lived that down.
Nor will he ever.
Nope.
Oh, that's weird. In the Zelda Dungeon Guide, this is actually the last quest they do. Which does not make any sense, because the last one that unlocks is a fair ways beyond now. Yeah, like a while from now. The last one I usually do is, yeah, that one. And it's the last one on this set. That's weird. That's the first time I've ever seen IGN actually make a better list than Zelda Dungeon did. They went way out of order for this. Unless you actually can do it now, but I'm pretty sure you can. They do this at, whenever you revisit Lanayru, because remember how I said you have to go back to each area? Lanayru is the one you go to last, so... Alright, you're gonna look for the girl that's in the pumpkin patch. In the pumpkin patch.
No.
You called for me, Master?
No, go away. Nobody loves you.
It is true. I know some people do like her, and I'm just gonna stick to my thing.
Why do you think she was imprisoned in a sword for centuries?
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
I like the character, but the Helper Fi is absolutely terrible. She's worse than Navi, and that says a lot. Because something will happen, and then she'll just repeat the exact same thing that happened right back to you.
Even
the girl
with
in the
her
pumpkin patch?
passive-aggressive...
Yeah. Well, even not, like, even in Ocarina of Time, like, there are spots where Navi will be like, hey, watch out, there are floor masters in this room that will grab you. Where it is genuinely helpful advice. Fi, it is never helpful advice.
Hey, your hearts are low.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I noticed by the beeping noise that I can't turn off.
There will be the one game they create that they don't have the beeping noise for Legend of Zelda. And fans will hate it so much.
I will love it, because, you know what? That's like playing Diablo 2. You're going to be so busy slashing at enemies, you're not going to be paying attention to your health, and you're going to die.
Alright, guys,
So
we are looking for a man to plow this girl's pumpkin patch.
Yeah, and the best part is, it's not even a man.
Ah.
It's a magma.
Okay.
You know those digging things you saw in the fire sanctuary? One of those.
I guess.
Yeah, you're headed to back to Eldon.
Really?
Yeah.
There's not anyone else that's any closer.
Nope.
I can't do it, even. Oh
I
my
asked
God.
if you wanted to do this now. You said yes.
That's... I know.
Consented.
I love how they phrase the final reward. Boobatro will award you with incredibly useless insert item here. I know what it is, but they're completely right. I don't know why they decided to do this to players. Honestly, the prize they don't tell you about for completing it is more helpful than the prize that he gives you.
Oh my God.
And that's more just like a quality of life upgrade more than anything.
So are we just gonna have the robot carry an entire other creature up to Skyloft?
Yep.
Just gonna
Alright.
be dangling in the wind.
Just making sure everybody's on board.
I don't know if I'd say I'm on board, but
Oh no, not even remotely.
alright, so you're headed to... Let me scroll back up here. Volcano East. Not to be confused with Volcano West.
I thought you said West.
It's West, Patrick. You're fired again. Alright, do you remember where you went to get the digging mitts? Not the magma mitts, but the digging mitts, where you had to like skydive down and you had to do it a bunch of times?
Not
In
even
order to get the
remotely.
goddess cube and the treasure chest?
Is it? No?
No. You still have ways to go. It was where that tunnel, like right in the center of Eldon was. The first part of Eldon was.
This way? Oh, hi.
Bye. You smashed that desk. You showed who's boss.
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
I said desk. I don't know what you heard, but I said desk.
No. I was reading the chat
Oh.
in the game I'm playing, and God, the person's name just made me double take. Balls to the walls.
Yeah, that's a pretty common saying for
Failed
stuff.
Ow.
to penetrate enemy defenses.
I believe it.
And I'm just like,
I will still argue that my favorite username that I've ever seen was Nostradamus. Because the guy's actual name was Tom. Like, I'm like, that's actually pretty clever. Well done.
Yeah, I've come up with a couple dumb nicknames if I want to change my current one to something. It's just like, just like, so wyverns are pretty cool. What if you had a second wyvern? A zwyvern?
Yeah. It's a wyvern plus that everyone's favorite Soul Calibur 5 character is Y. And by everyone's, I'm pretty sure I mean no one.
It's fine.
This way, right?
And if
So
that character
directly to your left.
if that character
Yeah, up
dies,
there.
then you can make a dryvern as well.
Yep, a dry bones wyvern. Yep, and hop down there.
Just hop down, or...
Yeah. You're gonna go straight to the bottom, so it doesn't matter where you land. Ooh.
It's probably my mom.
Yep, it is. She made a mermaid.
What?
I don't know. That's literally all it said. I made a mermaid, period.
What?
Should speak with one of my friends. He's very much into mermaids. Apparently
This
that's
guy?
a popular thing, because I know a couple people that are. Yeah, you're gonna look for the Elder. The dude with the giant beard that you saw in Fire Sanctuary. He's around here.
Somewhere.
Yep.
Giant beard.
I mean, it might have been that dude. If you talk around, they might give you hints as to where he is.
I need somebody to plow some lady's field.
Aren't you glad we live in a world with guys where they can make anything sound perverted?
Yeah.
You could literally be talking about like a car, and someone could be like, "I need to get my tires rotated." Oh yeah, I'd like to rotate her tires. Like literally anything.
Insert innuendo here.
Honest to God, okay, I was gonna say, I was really expecting Eldenor to come out from that, and there it is.
Oh my god. Look at this. There's like 60 rupees here, and then Elden Ore.
Because
Man.
I'm a nice person and grind up money for you.
No, balls to the wall is in.
So when he failed to penetrate, I guess that means that, I just had it, it was great.
Then you lost it.
He wasn't on the ball. There we go.
There we
he wasn't on the ball.
Yeah, because clearly they were on the wall.
He dropped the ball.
He dropped the ball too.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, you did that earlier. That's why that chest is open.
Whoop! It's a bomb!
It's more Eldenor! Hooray!
Eldenor.
Kinda sounds like Eldenor.
Yes. Whatever Eldenor does.
Sits there uselessly in your pocket.
Yep, because I have so much of it. For whatever godforsaken reason.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So let's go this way.
Oh, you did actually need to land on one of those. Okay. It put it like way lower in the guide. I don't know why, but they have a little asterisk here. Yeah, that part where you skydive down, you actually were supposed to land somewhere.
Really?
Yep. See, Zelda Dungeon's good about making like new guides, but they're really bad about updating stuff when they're wrong. There's some stuff from Ocarina of Time that they still have wrong. Ocarina of Time's been out for 20 years. Over 20 years. Granted, Zelda Dungeon hasn't been around that long.
I want your opinion on something. Would a labyrinth be considered a dungeon?
Yes. Because there is one already in the Zelda series. It's in Wind Waker. It's called the Savage Labyrinth.
Yes. I just wanted that for my own personal, because...
Like, do you remember the Cave of Ordeals? It's basically a harder version of the Cave of Ordeals.
Yes.
Except it's required. You have to do it in that game. Because one of the charts to lead you to the Triforce is in there. Thankfully, it's not at the bottom floor, but it still sucks. Last time when I did it on my 3 heart run, I had to do it 3 times because I killed all the enemies in a room, and then I got pushed back by something, and it pushed me into the light and sent me back to floor 1.
Yep.
It did it once on floor 29 and twice on floor 49 of 50. I never actually got close to dying either. That was the worst part. The Dark Knights in that game are a lot easier to deal with because of how Link moves to do the backslice and the helm splitter. Because all you have to do is wait for them to attack and then just press A, and he'll automatically counter with the parry. So it's a lot easier. And the actual backslice, you know, doesn't like freak out sometimes, and it's got like a full encompassing motion. It works a lot better. So why are you wearing a sausage on your back?
Because.
Don't ask me why I live my life. The sausage on my back.
Alright. Do I remember where I have to go to get back to where I was in the first place? The answer may not surprise you.
You're going the right way, so...
Am I?
No. No, there you go. Yeah, you had it right there the first time. Just keep going. Hug that wall.
Use that Master Strike. Would you call it a Skyward Strike still, or I'd call it a Master Strike?
Where am I trying to land on that?
I'd call it a Skyward Strike because it's still technically the Skyward Sword.
On the digging one?
According to this, and again, keep in mind it could be wrong, it says the north end of this area. Like when you hop down here, so in theory north. but it could be wrong.
So, like, up here.
Yeah. North would be forward. Remember, it's going to activate the cutscene. If you dive too fast, you'll just dive straight down. I'd keep an eye out for him, but unfortunately all I can see is the water bottle. Yay, there he is. Yeah, that activated a cutscene, so I'm going to assume yes.
So we meet again. Ah, you need me to plow a woman's field.
I'd say above the clouds would be quite warm, but I guess by comparison to being inside an active volcano...
Yeah, it's hard to get hotter than an active volcano.
Yeah. Do you wish to call the robot and transport this individual?
No. Do I want to? No. Will we? Unfortunately.
Do I want to call a robot? No. Do I want to transport this guy? No. But 2 wrongs make a right, so we're doing it anyway.
Yep.
And 3 rights make a left.
Mm-hmm. If you keep turning right long enough, then you'll go left.
Tell that to people who've gone the wrong way down a one-way street.
2 wheels make a segue. Anyway.
God, that was so damn funny when that happened. The first time we went to a convention, we had Fireball Drive. And, like, he turned onto a street, and the first time one of my other friends was like, oh, you're on a one-way street, and he freaked out. He's like, oh, I'm just kidding with you, just kidding with you. And then less than 5 minutes later, he actually did turn the wrong way down a one-way street. He's like, I'm not joking this time, you are going the wrong way down a one-way street.
Jeez.
Oh, it was so funny.
Alright. How do I get out of here again?
Same way you did last time. You know, when the staple came out of this, I probably should have just removed some of the pages that we were done with.
Eh.
That would have been too easy.
It really would have. The upside is there's 2 quests left after this one, and they both unlock at the exact same time.
Nice.
Oh man, that first one's not gonna be fun though. I would say just take a left on that and go across the bridge to get to the statue. That's gonna be your fastest way to get out of here. Remember, if you just run at him, you can just run up and over the shield and jump past him. Oh, but you blew up the shield, so you can't do that anymore. You could also probably literally just run right past him.
Probably.
Yep.
You definitely can. Wow. He's slow, man.
I mean, he's fat, therefore he must be slow.
I'm just gonna stand here.
That's how stereotyping works.
Hmm.
Wow.
Alright, back to the Pumpy Lumpkin. Oh my god, I just realized they misspelled pumpkin in this guide.
That's terrible.
They spelled it P-U-M-K-I-N.
That's great.
That's not even like you
Pumpkin.
Yeah, like that's not even like I need someone to check for spelling. That's like autocorrect should have caught that.
Mm-hmm.
How should we do this? He's just laying there like a rag doll. That robot's carrying him.
He's just so chill with this whole process.
All it
Run
takes,
into some rocks.
all I'm saying is one short circuit and he's fallen to his death.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's lived long enough.
That's true. He really has.
He will be a martyr. Everybody will say, this is why the mole people do not fly.
Yeah.
Our elder is taken into the sky. You mean he went to heaven? No. He was literally taken into the sky.
So this is the point in time in which she should be screaming.
Yep. Though if he was here to, like, dig, I'd love to see him just dig through the ground and just fall.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mole Man.
Wow, really doing the bare minimum and getting applauded.
Yep.
He's plowing our field.
Sugar Daddy.
Dirt Daddy.
Ew. That's even worse. At least the other one sounds nice.
Gratitude crystal.
That should be 70, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
This is genuinely distressing.
Understandable.
I'd like a heart, please. All these rupees are nice, but... Thank you. Thank you.
Don't forget to skewer one.
Why?
Then you can break it on your back by putting away your sword. Man, that got some distance right there.
Wait, can you charge up a Skyward Strike while there's a pumpkin on it? The Skyward Pumpkin Strike?
Skyward Pumpkin. Just throw it off the...
Yes!
Oh, you should have thrown it off the... You should have thrown it off the thing.
Hey, and it got a heart too.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to charge it after, not before.
Aw, it just automatically
Darn, I fell too fast. That would've been sick.
Watch out.
Alright, what's the next one?
I think you're going back to Skyward right now. I'm just screwing around trying to figure out what we're doing.
Okay.
Fighting in prison, which you already did. There's a cutscene. There's the wall side quest.
Insert cutscene.
Yep, you're going to talk to Gabora, the headmaster.
Sweet. Oh yeah, and tell him that Zelda's not coming back for a good long while, at the very least.
Yeah, but that was in the past, so, you know, maybe it won't be that long. Oh god, it's time for that. Oh,
Your daughter's
man.
now going to be older than you.
Oh boy.
She already was older than him.
I get Showtime on just this screenshot. Buckle up, boys. We're about to have some fun.
Oh.
Man, I thought that was later than this, but apparently not. Alright, well.
Nope.
No time like the present, right?
Let me just say a couple prayers for you real quick.
And...
Knowing Earthbound's prayers, it would probably kill the entire party.
Indeed.
And I guess he's in his room?
He is in his office, correct.
Sulking.
Weeping in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Singing poorly to himself, since he said he's not a good singer.
I deadass thought he was looking at me and stop
Wow.
backwards.
You need new glasses.
Oh my god.
That did look really funny, though. Though his normal expression is not that much better. You want to tell me, but you can't. Most because I need your help and I need you to be in a decent emotional state.
Mm-hmm.
This is about your daughter. What about Zelda?
Never mind.
You see?
Where did you hear that word? Probably from his father.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter is a goddess. Yes, I know you're enamored with her. Go on. No, seriously, she's a goddess.
Really? That's it?
No, talk to him again, real quick, just make sure. Alright, now leave. Or try to leave, I think he stops you. Yeah.
No. this is the first time we've mentioned this.
Correct. Yeah, about that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It took me a second to realize what they were talking about, who they were talking about.
Yeah. Also, I believe his door is just directly to the right of where you are right now. I think that's his. I'm going to assume he's in his room. Yep. You're just now asking me this? You just search for Zelda going. I'm about 75% of the way done the game.
Oh.
Yep, guess what? Levi's turned evil. Because it got possessed.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I want to pick it up. And you'll be a world of pure imagination. Yep, you're finally getting the upgrade to your bird.
Are we like
I know.
over 75%
I know.
of the way done?
Like I said, this part of the game has problems. I'll be the first to admit it.
You most certainly won't be the first, but you won't be the last.
No, I'm saying I'll be the first, like more so in this room to admit it, because I'm the only one that's beaten this game.
Indeed.
Nintendo should be the first to admit it. And they should have done it before they released the game.
This face bows. I'm sorry.
It's just, it could, like, I'm not saying they had to, like, scratch all of it. There's just, this part could have been done better. Like, this up until we get pretty late. You gotta destroy 10 of those targets in under 120 seconds. So now whenever you press A, you'll do a spiral like that, and you can actually damage stuff with it. I'm impressed they gave that to you.
It probably shouldn't have. In all honesty.
Oh yeah, the targets respawn. Don't even bother going after the ones that the birds are carrying, because it's way too much work. And if they don't respawn, I think there's like 15 total, and 3 of them are held by birds. So unfortunately, the part where it said that the spiral attack like moves you faster on the overview thing, yeah, I was lying to you. The movement speed in doing the spiral attack is exactly the same as the original dash move that you had.
Wow.
The only thing it is it just allows you to attack with your bird. Because you can't, like, you know, shoot bow and arrow or anything.
Jeez. This is actually somewhat difficult. Probably just because I suck at flying. Oh my god. I don't think I'm going to do it. Nope.
Is she holding the Wiimote under the table?
Probably. I can't tell, but I would guess yes.
It's technically not directly underneath it. Oh my god. I must.
Yeah, that's why I said don't bother going after the birds. They're a lot harder to get than the stationary targets.
Yeah, well, and I'm not getting it at all.
Just trying.
I just want to beat. I just want to get this last one. Son of a gun.
It's hard to say. It didn't give you the
so
target, but it gave you the hit on the rock.
Yep, sure did.
It is so easy to miss these targets.
Really, I think the key is just, like, doing it way later than you think you should in terms of hitting the targets, because, like I said, it does not move you as far as you think it would.
Well, and it feels like you should be so much... like, it feels like the target should be smaller. You know? So it kind of plays tricks on your depth perception. Alright. You cool off.
keep diving off the edge and having people rescue me until you teach me how to do this.
Yeah.
Well, technically he's already taught me. I just have to actually...
you just leave the arena.
Bye. Alright, I know. Skip.
I'm glad that that is a feature, though. That was very sorely needed. That was just all the games prior to this one.
Excuse me. I feel like hitting the bottom of the sign should still count.
I think it does, it's just thinking about it. Because see, that one you hit A right before you hit it, but the animation hadn't started for it, so it still gave it to you. There you go, perfect. You just happen to be flying into you.
Yeah, he just flew right over me.
What I want to know is how they convinced these crows to carry around these targets, or why did they hook a chain around it? So I feel like that crow should not be able to support that target.
Okay, first of all, I hit A.
You go halfway.
Oh, jeez. Tried. Hey! Hey!
Stop
My beak went right through that thing! I'm so offended. I saw my beak go through that. I know. Give me another try. Give me just a minute. Do I have to talk to him, or can I just run off?
No, you have to talk to him.
Starting to say, I can just see Rivali smirking snidely.
Yeah, sounds about right.
How do you ever expect to be a great hero if you can't soar like I do?
Whatever you say, Falco.
Yeah, Rivali is essentially Falco.
Yeah, it's a new polished Falco.
Like, he's talented enough, but he's not at the level of the chosen hero.
Yeah. Except I think they do actually outright state that Falco is a better pilot than Fox. He just doesn't have any leadership ability. That's why
he has no charisma.
Yeah, that too. I mean, he is kind of an asshole, so...
Okay, and did you see, like... What was it? Star Fox? I forget what it was. It was the Nintendo game.
You're gonna have to be more specific. There are a lot of Nintendo Star Fox games. We've played one blind on this channel.
Indeed.
The one that was your character went to certain spots on each planet.
Oh, 64.
No.
No, you do in 64. That's
okay.
like the
It's
big
the other one
game.
besides. It's the one that has like 30 different endings.
Oh, it's Command.
Star Fox Command. Yes.
Ew.
Yes.
Thanks for reminding me about that game, by the way.
Sorry. But,
you know the worst part is I'm pretty sure my copy of it is still up there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, probably. But,
As if anyone would buy it from me.
I occasionally go back to it just because I like flying all the different ships.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like...
60, let me think. You like 64 then. 64 you can do that. Star Fox Assault you can do that.
I have
and
64.
Star Fox Zero you can do that. So there's a couple games like that.
I have Star Fox 64.
I would, yeah, as much as I like 64, I do think Assault is better because it's aged better by like a substantial amount. Nope.
Damn.
But
I'm getting closer though.
That's true. You had what, 3 on your first round, and then 7, then 8.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Falco one where he abandoned Fox right before the final battle. Fox got all the glory, but then he formed his own squadron.
Mm-hmm.
The people in his squadron was the nephew of Andros.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really want to talk to people that much. He just wants justice.
Raining from above.
Justice raining from above.
Most people do.
You have Kat, or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, that was
the one that essentially wants to sleep with Falco. The one that goaded him into leaving.
And then you have the lovely line that all the gay shippers enjoy of Falco stating that he, and I quote, doesn't have a girlfriend and never will.
Yeah. Who's the fourth member? Because it wasn't Panther. He stays part of.
Wasn't it like Slippy's cousin or something? It was like somebody distantly related to one of the others.
Oh, Slippy's son.
Oh, even worse.
Oh my god.
Slippy's son joins him. Because Falco's young and Fox is relatively young. Slippy's actually.
Yeah, he's a little bit older than they are. I don't know if they ever actually specified their ages, but probably not.
Falco never has.
No, just like their actual ages, like Falco's actual age in all the games.
And there's not a way to just quit once you're well past your time.
Nope.
You just have to fly outside the boundaries, I guess.
No, it'll push you back around. It'll do the
annoying.
Windmaker thing.
Starting to say, I remember in Dragon Quest, I think what it would do is it would just spawn you on the other side of the map, and you'd circle through.
Infaloop.
Yeah.
Which is impressive since the world's flat in real life.
It's not gonna say anything?
Nope. It's going to let you run out of time. No more, no less.
This is so exciting. I'm just glitching through the clouds.
No, it does that normally. It acts, ironically enough, the clouds act like a sponge, which is not what they do in real life.
It really isn't.
You want to see what they do in real life when you jump through a cloud? Watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Mojo try to do like the top 10 best Avatar: The Last Airbender characters. It was really funny. They like screwed up the order really bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Bolin, but they ranked him substantially higher than Zuko's sister.
She was a great character.
Where was the Cabbage Man?
He was not in there at all.
Oh.
They were talking about characters that actually have like some importance to the plot.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He was very important to the plot because it was hilarious. I don't know.
That was another character that was ranked surprisingly high than Sokka. Speaking of comic relief, since he kind of was that at the start, he was ranked surprisingly high. I will say, at least they got their number 1 right, so that's something. And no, it was not Aang, thank God.
I know.
Not Aang and not Korra.
Uncle Iroh.
No, but he was in the top 10.
Yeah.
He was like 4, I think.
King Boomy. No. I'm trying to think who it would be.
Really?
Well, I'd say like Katara, but
No!
You
Who's
are
the most
gross.
beloved character in the original Avatar: The Last Airbender?
oh,
Tough.
are you talking about the like including animals?
No!
Oh my god, Ty.
Most beloved character, Toph.
Close, but no. I believe she was 3 or 2.
Oh, you hurt the bird too.
Good, that'll teach it. Nice combo there.
That was pretty sick, yeah.
Did you get the one between the rocks on the left?
I did not.
That's one I
no.
usually forget that it exists, but it's there.
I remember it exists, I can't get it. Let's try. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard with
'cause
your overcorrecting. That's when you have to fly like pretty soundly towards it.
Go for it, go for it!
I just noticed it straight into the rock.
Man, you're not going to be getting your pilot's license anytime soon.
Dive! That's a rock! Die!
Hey, you just hit the wheel. Oh, he's alright. Grab me another beer, Billy.
Really? Your biggest complaint about my performance just then was I didn't destroy 10 targets?
I'm pretty sure the biggest complaint should be, like, animal abuse.
I damn near killed my bird about 3 times.
It's okay, his bird's used to abuse.
Oh my god.
It's been caged by people, attacked by crows and large bugs flying through the air.
I'm trying to remember the order for that Watch Mojo, since I actually did watch that one for once. I'm surprised, but I'm not disappointed that they only had Mako as an honorable mention, though.
That's fair.
Like, I'm okay with that. Because honorable mention basically means, like, they're 11th, 12th, and 13th. So I'm okay with them being there.
What was Uncle Iroh?
4 or 3.
That makes sense.
Damn.
Because he was 4 or 3, and then Toph was the other 4 or 3. I think one of their other honorable mentions that I actually wish had made the list was Lin.
And
I
Zuko.
love Lin Beifong. She's awesome. She's such a badass.
And then there's Zuko.
Yeah, Zuko was number 1.
I mean, that's fair.
Talk about daddy issues. I challenged my father to an Agni Kai.
Yeah, Iroh's basically like his, in a way, basically his dad, which makes sense because Iroh wanted to be like a proper father for Zuko because he wasn't for the Fire Lord, so.
Okay, so you wanna... And the funny thing is, wasn't Iroh technically the one that was in line?
That I don't remember, but it's been a while since I watched Avatar.
But he gave it up?
It could be possible.
Because he did not want did not want to rule a nation.
Yeah, I didn't want the responsibility, which is understandable because, like, I mean, hello, look at how badly the presidents of the United States look like they've aged after their services.
Alright, I've lost the course. Okay. Alright. Oh, jeez. Alright.
Hey, but you made it.
I made it in between the rocks, so... Jeez. Yeah, nope. Not gonna make it. Sick! And I'm just gonna slam into the rock again.
Yep, slam in the rock, fall in the clouds.
That'll teach him. That'll learn him.
Dive!
Pull up your list of gear. He'll be fine. I'd do this for you, but you're gonna have to do this later for a boss fight, so I'm not.
This is good practice. This is good practice, all things considered.
Honestly, in my opinion, from what I remember, the boss fight's actually a lot easier because all the targets are conglomerated in one spot. You did it. Oh, I hope you have to talk to him again for that.
Oh my god.
Hi, Instructor Alan. How's it going? Yo!
Alright.
I just look at Alan, just like giving this side eye. He's just like, his head slightly turned, like, did that really just happen?
And this man is supposed to save us all. With his suicidal tendencies.
That's one of my favorite things about doing multiplayer stuff where Brandon's in charge and he screws up. It's just saying, well done, fearless leader.
Oh my gosh.
If I could ever actually get the equipment for it, I'd totally do Triforce Heroes with Brandon and Caitlin. That would be hilarious to watch. Brandon tries to do too much at once. I'm too aggressive and Caitlin panics under fire very easily.
That worked.
Shouldn't have, but shh. It's fine.
Nice. this in Super Mario 64. You said rings. Lots and lots of rings. And you don't have to do it for 10 minutes.
This is going poorly. Okay, I would actually... Can I help you? Okay. I am flapping my wings. Thank you.
But
Oh my god. Gotta go fast.
I suggest you search elsewhere. If you're looking for a game to go fast, I would suggest searching elsewhere. I would not look through the Zelda franchise at all.
Alright, so you're gonna give me permission to use that.
I wouldn't know. Never played it.
The joke is, how are you going to stop me at this point? If that's what I want to do with my life.
I can block your story progression.
Push them off the edge. You like that thing the cats do where they're like...
They just slowly start pushing things away.
I'm not actually going to push it off. Thankfully I've got the headphones to keep it from dragging too much. Or not dragging enough. About groups of 3, it works really well for music since usually the 4th beat is reserved for a rest / pause / whatever they're calling it now. Who knows what these crazy kids are coming up with these days. That is the one upset of my Spanish class, is like a lot of the guys in there are about my age, and so we talked about rocket power for like 15 minutes before class. I was like, someone remembers rocket power, thank God!
Rocket power... 16. Oh, there were so many old.
We were talking about like the old SpongeBob, like back when it was the first thing and actually pretty good in the early 90s. Yeah.
What is it? That wrestling TV
Mucha
show?
Lucha.
Mucha Lucha.
Man, that one was weird. Even for Cartoon Network, that was weird. And that was on at the same time that Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was on, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yeah.
And it was still more weird than those two shows.
Courage the Cowardly Dog actually makes sense when, like, I have it explained to you.
Yeah. It's just really creepy because they screwed with, well, not screwed with, they did it on purpose, but they did, like, all those weird animations.
It's a dog overreacting to everything.
Yeah.
It's a dog.
You're watching this from the point of view of the
Sweet.
dog.
Good job.
With 12 seconds to spare.
You've now earned the ability to do a spin attack on your bird.
Yay!
Earned.
Yeah, earned. Earned / learned.
You want earned? Pulls out a bomb.
The owner of the Lumpy Pumpkin. So I have to go all the way back over there.
Yep,
Alright.
to Lumpy Lumpkin.
Okay.
Ahoy, matey.
However, first, a brief commercial break.
Hooray!
Does that mean I get to do backflips?
If you want, have fun.
Whee!
We'll see if she can get back in time to save her iPhone from getting disabled for a 5th time in a row.
Wait. See, where's the tree? It's right behind me. Oh, no.
No, you can't do that in this game, tragically.
Oh, I've got to unequip. Yeah.
Oh. You're trying to roll into the tree?
I've got to run.
Yeah, you have to run. You have to run and then shake the nunchuck to roll.
Or just jump
No,
up.
you did it correctly, it just didn't hit the tree for some reason. These trees have weird hitboxes because of how they're shaped.
Useless gold!
Oh yeah, you could try the shitty water controls if you want, since there's water right here.
Wait, let's check the distance.
It actually does go farther now.
Of course, looking down is what I want to do. Oh, it does wear off over time.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, in New Game Plus when you play on Pro, I believe it actually does stay infinite. But yeah, getting the upgrade to make it the True Master Sword, I believe, gives it additional distance. Nunchuck. You have to shake nunchuck to do the little boost. Yeah, like I said, not the best control in the world. Not in the world of Hyrule, anyway.
Who's in my chair?
I am. No, I'm not actually.
An agile swordsman. Ooh.
I was waiting for you to turn, trip, and fall right after you said that.
You would deserve it.
Oh, it would have been perfect, though. It would have been so good.
Alright,
Starting to say that's now in the running for an
Oscar?
Not an Oscar, but a name if it's not been taken, an agile swordsman.
Oh, I'm sure it has.
Oh, for sure. You have to come up with weird puns on names and hope that nobody else has grabbed.
Remember back in, like, it was about 2011, 2012 when people, like, they kept having their username taken as one they wanted to do, so they put, like, a small X and a big X on either end of their name to make it different.
They still do it on League of Legends.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
There's, like, I found one that has 4 or 5 X's on either side of the name.
Gross.
And I'm just like, dude.
Just find another username, man. It's not worth it.
Spell your name backwards.
Alright.
I mean, that might honestly be a good username for me, but...
I know Brandon changed his when he started a new Pokemon Go account because he was getting bored at work. And he is already, like, he started it, I think it was about a day and a half ago, and he's already filled up his bag with Pokeballs.
Oh my god.
Because there's one on his workplace. I was like, you have a lot of free time if you're doing that, man.
I thought about getting back into Pokemon.
He upgraded the backpack and filled it up in, like, the remaining half day. What the fuck, man? Oh yeah, the chandelier's fixed.
Yay.
Now you can swing from it again.
Yay.
You can't actually knock
song
this.
lyrics.
Yeah, you can't actually knock this one down, but you can still make it shake like the original one. He won't do anything though.
Insert song lyrics here.
Yeah, that sounds like effort that I'm not willing to do for an archive. Sorry. A good old pot of that pumpkin soup.
Oh no, is this another have to protect the darn robot?
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
Protect the president. Always fun, except when you're the president.
Made that much worse when it's the president's daughter.
That was a movie.
Leon! I think my favorite part of the Ashley segments, though, is like the difference in how Leon dodges stuff versus Ashley. Leon backflips out of the way, Ashley just falls on her butt. Leon attacks with guns, melee kicks, all that kind of thing. Ashley attacks by picking up candles and throwing them at enemies.
Alrighty. Let's get out of here. He is not making very much progress.
No, he's not. They should just have him like swimming around underground like a shark. And instead of a fin, it's a little thing on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Much more hilarious. But oh well. robot.
Mume.
He'll still follow you, he just doesn't actually get the turbo boost from that, which I think is really funny.
Where does it want me to dive?
I actually got to explain to Senior Mata what Dragon Force was the other day. That was a lot of fun. You're supposed to go in the Thunderhead, by the way, so you're not supposed to dive anywhere in here.
Wait, what?
You're supposed to go in the Thunderhead, so you're not supposed to dive anywhere in
this right here.
outside. Yeah, you're supposed to go in there.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It said when there was a rainbow. You'll know when you see it.
I know the one that it's talking about. There was just an option to dive when I was already off of Skyloft, and I was like, where are you trying to make me go?
Well, who knows?
Thanks.
I'll teach that jerk.
That'll learn him. Is it this right here?
Yep. I know it activated a cutscene, but I'm still gonna do it. Dude, no, I'm gonna eat you. You taste like electricity and failure.
It's actually also a suspicious number of hearts right here.
Yeah, it's almost like there's gonna be a boss or something.
Yeah.
Oh, who could have seen this coming?
Yes!
This guy was in the trailer and the opening cutscenes of the game if you let it stay on the title screen, so anybody could have probably.
Well, well, well. And I have to fight him on my bird?
Yep. Well, for phase 1.
And hit the eyes, I guess.
Yep. Eyes are usually a good place to poke. Great spirits of the sky, please hear my cry.
I missed.
And you take damage for running into him.
Understandable.
Watch the tail fin.
Yeah.
And then those things.
And then there's this asshole.
Jeez, man.
Man, it's starting to say, and I remember, what's it called? Breath of the Wild, they did a boss with a bunch of eyeballs. Several bosses with eyeballs all over them.
Yep. And then I got some
Oh my
inspiration
god.
from this guy.
Oh wow, and it's eating through your health.
Yep. It's always a full heart.
Which means if you chain bump into him,
Yeah, you could lose like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I just did that.
He's behind you, by the way.
Oh,
my
and you
God.
can hear them.
Stop.
Nice and gooey. There's a good username, gooey eyeball.
Alright, first of all...
Well, that's disappointing.
I played with it.
By you, just now, right?
No. I've played with some people on League of Legends.
Where's the island?
You don't need the island for anything. It was
Hearts?
just a spot to put the suit.
It has a rainbow over it somewhere.
Somewhere over that rainbow. Or under, really.
God. I guess my thing is I'm just repeatedly overcorrecting.
Yeah, the key at this one is to come at the eyes from above. Going with him, not against him. To the side might work though.
Because if you're diving, you'll naturally...
Yeah, you'll naturally catch up to him. 1.
Green goop! Ooh.
Oh my god, why is he rolling over?
Because he likes to do the barrel rolls.
You press Z or R twice.
You barrel roll too! Oh my goodness!
Except it doesn't deflect projectiles at all.
You become the projectile. Oh, you just have to run into it, really.
No, it was, again, like with the target earlier when she was doing the target practice. It starts the actual damage calculation when you hit A, not when the animation starts. There's a little bit of delay in it.
Ow.
This is going to be so much fun when I do this in hero mode with 6 hearts. Or I'll take 2 hearts per hit.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is doing your first 3-heart run, you get like super nervous and like worrying you're gonna die all the time. Now that I've done like 3 or 4 of them, it's just like, alright, let's do another one.
Can I like slide in close enough that I can get a heart?
You want to know a fun boss fight? Breath of the Wild, the elephant.
Honestly, I don't even remember the elephant, like, or any of the boss fights in Breath of the Wild any more than the last one.
That was the one where you had the cryosis or whatever on the water that it fired at you.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that now. That was pretty cool.
And you're surfing on the back of Zora King.
Not what you were trying to hit, but that
6.
works.
I'm not going to be able to hit that. That I might be able to hit.
Well, you're not going to hit it from a bird, so I would assume it's probably fine. You're going to skydive and land on top of it.
Oh, okay.
But meanwhile, a flock of gross things.
A flock of moosen. You're gonna have to actually land on the flat part of them too, so you've
still got quite a yeah.
Just fly your bird like all the way down. Don't skydive down, because then you're just gonna. Well, you might actually let you. Wow, you were falling really slowly there for a second for some reason.
All right.
All right, have fun. How do you feel about motion controls when you can't spam?
Okay.
Parasite.
So.
Evil Underwood. I mean, sorry, what?
Oh, jeez.
So you have to swing the Wiimote either directly left or directly right in order to get those to reflect back into little wing things.
God.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't sit too far left in that chair. Remember, it is still broken. Probably not a good boss fight to be leaning backwards in general for it.
That's fair. That was directly left.
And now you're going to want to hit it forward into his eye.
Oh.
You damaged the wings, so they're all busted up now. There you go. Get him!
God.
That looked really inappropriate over here. Wow. Alright, round 2.
Playing a very dangerous game. Ooh!
Ooh! Ooh! You got a little bit of James going on there, just for a split second.
Ooh, it's a Magikarp!
Oh yes, the rarest of all Pokemon, a Magikarp.
Hey kid, got a Magikarp here. You breathe it, it turns into 10,000 Magikarps.
Yep.
And then you sell it and you'll be the richest man in the world.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Oof. And I have to do the whole thing from... Oh no!
No, you've got fairies!
I'm glad I remember that, because apparently no one else did.
Oh jeez.
Speaking of damage.
Nice.
It's kind of droopy. Ooh, he dodged!
Yep. No, they don't dodge. Just after he shoots it, sometimes he'll move to the left or right. It's in a preset time. So if you're farther back, you have more chance to correct for it. Sure, that works.
Yo! Hey, hang on. This wasn't what I agreed to.
Skyward? Bad. I was wondering if you're going to figure that out. The Skyward Strike makes it a lot easier when you aim early and still be fine. Well, not if it goes underneath the projectile though. That's the downside.
Oh, that was a curveball!
Go for a change-up next? That was weird.
I felt like that wasn't how I hit it, but whatever.
It's like fighting Phantom Ganon in the Forest Temple in Ocarina of Time where you hit the ball back and it just flies in a random direction.
Grody. Grody. Oh shit.
Don't worry, you have a sailcloth. And you killed him. You got it coming though. It's fine.
Yeah, they're coming. Just had a really nasty couple parasites. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think it was the aroma of the soup that did that for you, but okay.
He has a thing for soup.
Ironic though, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. You're welcome, all you OCD people, that they put right as the right option.
OCD approved.
Chris tested OCD approved.
Oh my god.
So, you're learning more music.
Yep, they gotta split the song into 4 parts. He's got one of them. You're gonna have to go back to each of the 3 areas to get the other parts from all the dragons.
I don't want to.
Now it's time for the game to get crappy. Alright. You can just start. Let's see, you can call your bird any time now. I don't know what you're waiting on.
Speaking of which, glitching through the dragon.
I kind of wanted to see what would happen, question mark.
You're starting to sound too much like me. You probably should not think about it too much. I had a nickel for every time I broke a game screaming, I was just curious. I'd be a very rich man.
Kylan nearly broke a Bioshock just because he accidentally ran into a little sister and then they got trapped in a corner.
Nice! I've done that before.
And she couldn't run past him and he couldn't run past her. And it was just awkward for everyone involved.
No, it was the first little sister.
I guess
it was the.
Oh yeah.
We got.
Do we need to do it in order?
Yes. So this is one of the things. The way you lock the game for making it impossible to progress is by doing the Lanayru one in any order other than last. That's how you lock the game. Also, if you want to go get health and another air potion before you go in here, I would say do it now or don't do it at all.
Alright, let's go.
You can also do Beetle side quest if you want for the gratitude crystals, or you can just wait.
There's 2 gratitude crystal quests remaining. Are both of them unlocked?
Yeah, both of them are unlocked after you save Levias, which is what you just did.
Okay, so let's go do that
Levias
then.
is actually a pretty nice guy.
Alright, so you can either go to Instructor Olin, which is the guy you just talked to for the pumpkin soup quest to start. Oh, you already have 2 air potions. Well then,
I do. So
you honestly, you could probably stand to have a third one.
Oh yeah, they
I know this sounds like overkill, but you could probably stand to have a third one.
Alright.
Since I burnt both of mine last time I did this. So yeah, you can either go to Beetle's airship and sleep there until it turns to night, and do that one first, or go to Instructor Olin first. It doesn't really matter what you do.
Go to Beetle. Do I
Actually,
heal?
you know what? You probably should get Beetles done first, because Instructor Olin I don't think you can complete right now. You'll see why later.
Do I heal when I sleep?
Yes.
Or okay.
It doesn't matter if it's until night or until day. You heal fully.
This dude looks so over it.
I would be too. And an air potion plus.
Alright, sweet.
Oh yeah, speaking of Beetle, did you go and watch that movie that came out that was about the Beatles, sort of? That came out semi-recently?
The one that was like, what if the Beatles didn't exist?
Yeah, if only one person remembered them, called Yesterday after their song, Yesterday.
No, actually.
I did not either. I forgot how it was. I think Dr. Carol went to see it. Maybe I'll ask her when I run into her this fall.
Right, first of all, where are you at? You're like right there.
Yeah, he's like right behind you.
I can't hear it.
Just look around with your C. Yeah, there it is.
Jeez.
Are they back home from class?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was enjoying the peace and quiet. Woo! That dog has gotten worse and worse behaved as time has gone on.
Till night. See, I'm just imagining him flopping himself down on that and just clank.
Probably a good way to like pop your back into place and also give yourself a small concussion.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, definitely a migraine at the very least.
Yeah, at minimal.
Alright, where to?
It's a beetle.
Nice.
Oh no, he is not ready for your quest. Alright, well, this guy's a dirty liar then. I guess we're waiting on the gratitude crystal quests. Which is all for the better, because I'm really ready to go back to Farron and show you what you've got waiting for you. It's oodles and oodles of fun. In my opinion, both story-wise and gameplay-wise, it is the worst part of the game. You having fun over there?
No, I'm having issues, man.
comes to menial tasks like that require tight movement, I apply my rule for running in Zelda like I do in real life. Only run when it is absolutely necessary.
Right. Only the wicked run when no one is chasing them.
I wonder if he'd still kick you out for... Well, no, I guess because you can't buy anything. I was going to say if you interact with one of the signs, but no, since he sold out, it probably wouldn't do anything.
Oh my god, I
you almost
died.
missed.
Yeah. Alright, so, heading to Farum. I honestly thought you were going to walk right past that.
I almost did.
I'll go ahead and let you know after we get this first part of the song and hear out this is all we're doing tonight, because it's going to take a long time. The other pieces of the song are not as bad. This one's awful. I mean, I still don't like doing this part, but this one's particularly bad, which I guess is why they make you do it first. So you can only descend into one of those two areas. I would recommend the lower one. Trust me, it will make sense.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to fight the Imprisoned again? Yeah. I know. I know. We literally just did that. And we're doing it again.
We just did this.
Yep. I told you this is one of the worst parts of the game. So, like, on one hand, and keep in mind it is a very, very small hand I am referring to, I get why they did it because it's the idea story-wise of, oh, hey, the seal is breaking faster each time, but that's too small of a gap.
Well, okay.
Way too small compared to the first and second gap.
And also considering we've been streaming for a little over 2 hours,
And fought
this
him
is
twice.
my third boss fight.
Oh yeah, third boss fight. The second time fighting him.
But think
And the
about
second time fighting
Think
him.
about this: the goddess Hylia, she was awake until recently.
Yeah, but it wasn't the goddess keeping the seal in the imprisoned. It was just the actual key, which is in this case is the Skyward sword.
And
Burn those
damaged.
hearts. Burn those hearts. Go back up and jump up.
I don't want to. God. Is there like a time limit for how long I have to get down there?
No.
This is ridiculous. We just fought him.
But you haven't even seen his
Oh
final
damn!
form.
I forgot you did that for this part of the fight. That's gonna be fun to watch. Oh man!
The claw shot.
You might be redoing this fight a couple tries if your aim's not good.
So I'm gonna be redoing this
Ooh,
several
boy.
times.
Will she be swinging the remote a lot more?
No, it'll be about the same for the remote. I would
I
still
mean-
watch your kneecaps though.
For safety's sake, I'm probably taking a sip and then moving back to my previous location.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. That's just for decor.
That is the invincible goddess grass.
Yeah.
Cannot be cut.
Only smoked.
Indeed.
You have to smoke it directly from the source. You have to like bend down next to it. It's just really, it's more trouble than it's worth, honestly.
You have to use
Well.
Din's fire to ignite it.
There you go. Hey, bombs.
I feel like
I thought you said bongs.
No.
I was just like, wow.
That would be fitting for what we were just talking about, but no.
Train of thought. At least it wasn't out of nowhere.
Hey, I've been trying to do that.
I'm starting to say you run up and spin attack it when you could probably just skyward strike sideways and get the entire patch.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to spoil the time and what happens in this fight, or just let him watch it naturally.
I'm gonna watch it naturally. It'll be fine.
Alright, it's gonna be funny though.
And Derek will say if I facepalm or not.
You'll probably hear it.
That's not exactly what I meant, but
there's not even anything in this grass.
Yes, it's tainted by the seal.
Of where Cal goes.
They have never said that. At any point in time.
I just think the game doesn't want to give me hearts.
I'm also thinking that. Funnily enough.
Otherwise, it would be easy to just...
Yeah, you would get a ton of health during the boss fights against the Imprisoned if they did that.
I would love it if those only worked during the boss fight with the Imprisoned and her cutting down beforehand.
Maybe, but I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure they don't do anything.
Did she grab a health potion before coming down here?
No, she has a Guardian potion though.
That'll work.
Alright. Might as well. I'm gonna go ahead and...
Yeah, if you push it back, don't actually like mess with that part of it, but if you push it like towards you and then just lean back slowly, it'll eventually stay in place. Just don't lean on the left side.
Just...
Or you could just not be like me and actually use good posture. Because I don't.
Good posture, what's that?
This is the Imprisoned. He's a new boss.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, man. It's...
Oh.
Now he has a tail. The tail doesn't actually do anything though. This first part is exactly like what you did last time. He's just faster.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah, he's a lot faster. Alright.
Yeah, this is the point where getting above him and then hitting with Bruce and jumping down becomes much easier. First time, you don't really need to. Second time helps, but you don't have to. Third time, it starts getting a bit ridiculous, and it's just easier.
Bruce, buddy? You gonna...
Right in the shoulder. Oh, man. That was a good shoulder, too, if he's ready.
Slides off.
Yeah, this is actually one of the few bosses I would not recommend Z-targeting for the Zoes.
Yeah. Might just run and slash.
The downside to Z-targeting is generally, not always, but generally it makes you move slower than if you were walking normally or running.
Okay.
Too bad there's not a way to knock him back down. As in, like...
Yeah, there's no way to actually
backwards.
go backwards.
That would be...
Oh, no, that was more like the back of the head. Man, right in the mullet. Mullet fingers for me, Brad. There you go, that was a good job.
Achoo! Nice.
What is that? I'm not a fan of this.
Like I said, you're pretty close to the wings. Big Ugly's going down burning. Do it.
What?
With Bruce. Bruce. Yeah, you're supposed to stop with Bruce. Kick him in the balls. Oh, right in the face, too.
Headshot!
That's gonna give him a nice fat lip right there.
And it's gonna kill Link. Oh my god.
Bruce.
Gru's actually doing something.
Alright, go down there and damage him.
Oh, that was a great last second.
Yeah, that was really good.
What
All right.
most gamers...
Now we get to the fun part.
I don't feel like this is going to be fun.
It will be for me.
That does not assure me in how much pain I'm about to be in.
Wouldn't it be a shame if...
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Alright.
What do I do?
I have to go over...
Yeah, you have to go all the way up to where he is.
Oh my god.
Yep, that obedience class is working great. I can get the dog barking from here.
Alright, where are you at? Where is he?
Other way.
Well, the world's fucked. I have some bad news for you all. I have even more bad news.
Yeah, you probably should have just waited for it to recharge.
And then...
Go talk to him.
After...
Go talk to him.
Why do I have to talk to him?
Guess what? You're gonna be the bomb.
What? I could just...
Get in there. And yeah, pretty much aim directly at the spike. On his head.
I know, there's not a...
You're gonna have to
That's
go
gonna be
right
too
away.
far.
Oh, can you not point in any direction?
Is he just glitched
Well,
there?
that's just gonna go too far.
No, you can't point it. You were moving it right then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so your pointer just wasn't working.
Nice.
Let's say, because I'm pretty sure the throwing Link operates the exact same way that throwing the bomb does.
Alright. From the beginning.
Yep,
Okay.
let's go from the top. Or the bottom, rather.
With several fewer hearts.
Only 3. Which really, since you weren't slashing the associate hearts, you didn't lose that much health.
Oh yeah, that's how you get it. Hearts.
Well, I probably should have waited.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
That'll give you time to get in position to wait for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to be gutsy and jump ahead of time.
You can, you just have to be incredibly quick, that's all.
Because he'll start to shake you.
He'll like try to throw you off immediately.
Come on. Come on.
Bye is
Bruce.
trying to tell you something.
Bruce.
Master, you are fighting a boss. It is known as the Imprisoned.
Hey, I knew this guy from college.
I believe it.
He was a creep.
I'm sneaking in to do some penny raids.
With his long fingers.
His fingers! That's one more reason I say jumping on him is easier. It's a lot easier to do the motion of just slashing down as opposed to slashing up.
That's fair.
It does not feel very natural to do it that way. Alright, so now we've got the Red Ring of Death for all you Xbox fans out there. Or any X fans of Xbox because of the Red Ring.
Dark Susano. I can't pronounce it correctly. It's Japanese word.
Okay. Is he gonna...
Yeah, he was carrying it back in that cutscene, so...
There we go.
Grenade! Right in the eye, if he had any.
And... rip. At Link. Link, where you at?
Somebody really should thank the genius that made that machine. You're right. Thank you, Nintendo, for making that machine. See what I mean about the upper swing being weird?
That's exactly what... Yeah, I gotcha.
I rest my case.
Rawr. And now his bombs are
So, a little bit of a trick is if you fly if it'll let you using the very center thing where the seal is. I don't know if it'll let you or not, because that's where he is. You can go all the way up to the top and skydive down, but I don't know if it'll let you.
I don't think it will.
Probably not. Other way.
Other way.
Oh, there's the hearts. They're down there. What a nice place to put them. Very accessible.
Starting to say stamina potions might have been the best.
Nah, honestly, as long as you're, careful, it's not too bad. Alright.
It's right there?
Yep. Alright, kick his ass.
I'm going to die.
Yeah, you're fine. And that is the last time you'll fight the Imprisoned. Technically.
No. Oh my god.
Put an asterisk by that.
Shrieks in agony. Meanwhile, Link falls several stories to the ground.
Yeah. It's a good thing I got the sailcloth, otherwise I would be so dead. Also, where did I go? Like, you see all this debris, but where am I?
You are the debris, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
You did not survive the carbon freezing process.
Nope. It just put me
How
on
long
the
is it
ground.
gonna last this time?
I mean, did you want to go all the way back down there?
No, but I was kind of hoping it would show me just screaming and falling.
Oh, no.
Ah, yes.
What the hell?
It's like 3 triangles, This is the 3rd time you've had to deal with this guy.
It's like the Triforce, except so wrong.
Yeah.
But actually, that's a pretty cool design as well.
It is. Stay down, you
Get
fuck.
down.
Nice.
Explode alert, he will not be safe.
Oh my god.
He will come back so much sooner now.
No, thankfully not.
You turn around.
Thankfully not that quickly again.
Turn around, the seal starts erupting. Oh, come on!
Yeah.
You should come to the temple too. How about I kick your ass? So you didn't actually have to use the claw shot at all, but there were all these claw shot places.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
why
odd.
those are there.
Cause it's got like all this ivy and stuff that you can claw shot to.
Maybe it's just ambiance, I guess, since it's the first area you go to below the
guess.
clouds. And after hearing that line, everyone collectively went, and I hope for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. That's what you're supposed to do when you're praying, right?
That's when I sneak food off of people's plates, so I wouldn't know.
That's fair.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
That was why you couldn't go to far end. The other parts of far end, it's completely flooded.
Oh no. No. I do not trust my life in the hands of this man.
Oh, come on, I'm not that bad. Actually, that's a lie.
Not even you.
I
Just
stay with me either.
Skyward's still chilling.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I missed the water? Oh, I missed the water. Oh, damn it. So disappointed.
So, I guess I have to go into the flooded tree, and this is why I want my potion?
You do need to go in the flooded tree. That's not why you want your potion, though.
Okay.
Because it only gets worse. So much worse. In case Tom was curious about all that text that I said, oh god, it's so disgusting, that's what she'll be doing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, at least it refilled it whenever you went inside. That was nice of them.
And now we have the fun with the swimming gimmicks.
I feel like there are more bombs in here than there were last time.
Hey, bro. Shame there isn't anything like Zora armor.
Nope.
Is there someone I'm supposed to be talking to at the bottom, or
Nope,
do I
at
just
the top.
keep going up? Okay.
All the Kikwis crying.
Other way. Yeah, I think it'll trigger a cutscene when you walk across this. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Since you're finding the songs from the 3 dragons, you've already met the dragon in this area. A couple
I
times,
did.
actually.
Several times.
Who's real cool cat?
I don't notice how she got inside the tree.
Mm-hmm. And why she's being so extra.
Yeah, you say that, and you'll see why, too. Extra does not even begin to describe. Good news is, it's not a silent realm. The bad news is, you're probably gonna wish it was.
Really? Your first instinct was to flood the entire woods.
Yeah. You know the best part of that, too? Is there's 2 things about this. Chugga Conroy pointed this out in his playthrough. Is one, all the Kiwis you've been seeing, they're all fine, but they adore the water dragon, and she destroyed their home.
Yep.
The second one is, because there are enemies in the water, Chugga Conroy did this. He counted how many enemies there were in the area before it was flooded and after, and the amount of enemies is almost identical.
Oh my god.
So really it didn't do anything. So it caused harm to the people that loved her and did not do anything to fix the problem with the enemies. He gave a very good, as TV tropes would put it, the reason you suck speech to her. It was beautiful.
Really?
She deserved it. She deserves it.
So you're going to have to go and collect every single one of the Tad Tones.
Are they fleeting?
I don't know what you're making a reference to.
Basically, are they mobile?
Oh, some of them, yes. Some of them move quite quickly, actually. They are not individualized. They are in groups, as you can check by looking at the score, as they put it.
How do I look at the score?
I think you might have to jump in the water first, maybe? She should have told you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So the smallest group can be a group of 1. I believe the largest is, there's a group of 16. I will go ahead and give you the advice the game does not give you. By utilizing an underwater spin attack when you're near them, it lets you pick them up easier. So if you spin attack right through that ring, you'll get them all
Hey,
at
look,
once.
it's Kiwi Elder.
Because here's the thing, if they're
He is tipping that thing precariously.
if they are in any group other than being up by themselves, you have to collect all of them within a certain time limit. If you do not do that, then you will lose them and they will go back to where they were.
Oh my god.
Like that.
Okay.
This is why I said you might want the air potions.
Understandable.
Yeah, I already went over that.
Oh, it does tell you.
Well, too late. I already did it first.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my mouth full of water so I can breathe, but I'll put my eyes above water so you can be unnerved.
So they can dry out. So I bet you're thinking, it would be great if you could douse for these Tad Tones, right? Well, 2 problems. 1, you're in the water, so you can't douse unless you're on a lily pad. 2, they do give you the ability to douse for them, after you've collected about 75% of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Just a little bit. So I'd recommend hopping on a log or... Well, actually, you can either use the air potion now or just collect ones that you find really easily, and then once you get to a spot where it's harder to look for them, then start using them. That's up to you, though.
So let's do the second option.
Let's use option B.
There are air bubbles down there towards the bottom in set places. There are also poison ones that can take away your air as well.
Because that makes perfect sense.
Sure does. They're going to be much lower than that. Most of them will not be on the surface.
Oh, the Tad Tones?
Yeah. Most are going to be pretty low to the ground. Not all, but most of them will be. Hope you enjoy the next 40 minutes of gameplay because we're going to be here a while.
Indeed.
The good news is, this is the only time that you're tasked with a quest to prove that you're worthy of getting the song. The other 2 are just a quest to get the song, but they're not near as long and aggravating as this one is. It's just once you get to the dragons, they just give you the song. Nice. The good old turquoise.
This is going to end in my demise.
Yeah, once you get down to 0 air, you'll start losing 1 heart per second.
There we go.
It'll beat the Hawks. Look at that giant chew. so happy underwater.
He really is very excited about his life.
He's living his best life. How am I supposed to talk to you, dude?
You just stop moving and then press A when you're near him. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, they give you a little bit of air back, not much, but they give you some air back when you collect them. Probably to negate the penalty for using the spin attack to collect them half the time.
Oh look, it's not a dust.
It's an amber rock. Well worth the time of going to pick that up. I'm very sure about that.
But you want to know what else is great? The bees are dead.
It's true. All the bees are murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Hope no one liked honey because it's not going to be available anymore. Thankfully, they're only in this part of the map. They're not in the part of the map that's like near Skyview Temple or anything. Thank God.
Oh. Shoot. I'm trying. Darn. If I start from the beginning, that'll go better.
I believe this is the largest one. Yeah, this is the 16 notes.
Jeez.
Oh, and they have little eyeballs. I didn't notice that on the lighter ones.
They do on all of them. It's just really hard to see on like the yellow ones, for example.
God.
Remember, you're not steering with the nunchuck, just the Wii remote.
Yep. Nope. I went too high that time. Have I mentioned yet how much I absolutely hate this mechanic? The swimming mechanics?
Yeah, like I said, Majora's Mask is the best representation of 3D swimming 3D games.
Oh my god, Monster Hunter Tri. People, it was the one game with swimming mechanics in the Monster Hunter series. People got so upset because it was also 360-degree combat mechanics as well.
Oh, gross! Oh no! Oh no! That's very wrong. Hang on, there's a 16er.
Alrighty, and now I'm just gonna drown. Oh no.
Yeah, so as you probably surmise, here's the thing about the longer notes like that. The good news is it's easier to find them because there's 16 notes, as opposed to the one. The problem is they're usually harder to pick up than, say, the singulars.
Yep.
Thankfully, most of the singular notes are pretty bright colors, so they're easy to spot, but not all of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Usually
Speaking of
green
which,
or yellow. It's a double. There's some in the grass across the way as well. That's where the other guy is.
Where's the second one?
Across the path.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh my god.
$17, in case you were curious how many sets of notes there are.
Who came up with this? Whose idea was this?
Somebody in one of the circles of hell, I would imagine. That's why they needed the water to cool off.
Some words.
he got the penthouse office.
Oh, jeez.
You see, they wouldn't give him his vacation time, so they were just like, okay, since this is not going to be a thing, let me punish all the players. Oh wow, that's a quick one. Hey, but they got
They put it in the crevice, so it's not as bad as that 16 one. For anybody watching this, yes, this does control as poorly as it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we give you some shit for poor control, but this one's all on the game.
This is like, you know, whenever you're like just slightly too old for Easter egg hunts, and like,
yeah,
and
that
like
it's a pretty good comparison.
And like, it's not fun anymore, but your family still makes you do it because all the little cousins are doing it.
It sounds like you're speaking from personal experience here.
Yes.
So I'm also getting flashbacks here. I'm pretty sure Endless Ocean has better swimming mechanics.
I would hope so, since it's a game called Endless Ocean.
This is a thrill. What is that? Is that? I can't tell if that was an
That's
amber
a barrier.
relic or a note.
Oh, that thing? No, that's not.
Yeah, that was an amber relic.
Yeah.
Nicely placed, though.
So the upside is, if you absolutely positively cannot show up with any kind of air potions, it's hypothetically possible to do this without air potions.
Yes, they do actually let you get out. The one, since the tree itself on the outside is not completely underwater, that one statue you activated, you can use that to get back. But it's still a pain.
I don't even have half of them, and I am already just so lost.
That's what the lily pads up top are for.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, those guys are good too. Honestly, I've never had a problem with them. They, by and large, leave you alone unless you're near the surface. Watch your toes, because it's a biter. Like all cats are. Nice close-up on that amber relic.
Yep.
It was nice and shiny.
Ooh, orange.
Go just a little... what happens if you hit that rock? Sorry.
What rock?
There's a rock over there and it looks like it's on top of something.
There's a light blue one.
What? Where? There?
Yeah, you're swimming right at it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's running away.
Excuse
we got a runner!
me.
Or a swimmer, sorry. We got a swimmer.
Jesus. Where'd you go?
He's just going in circles.
Seriously?
I mean, I'm not surprised by that. It makes sense. He's just on a set track.
Ow.
Bombos.
And then this
gonna
one's
drown.
swimming.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Fishy! Wake up!
Yay, it's one.
There's a single.
The new hit single.
I don't even care. Worth it.
Yeah, I always like it when they're in a circle like that. They're really easy to collect.
Alright, you little blue bastard. Where'd you go?
Swam back to his hiding spot.
Jesus. Where'd you go?
Up and over.
Jeez.
Yeah, the moving ones are a little less forgiving with the Bombeos. Less forgiving for the
about to drown.
Chiminola.
I am swimming as quickly as I can.
Oh look, it's one of those bad things.
Yep.
It's probably fine.
I'm glad he pushed you towards the surface. That was very nice of him.
He ran into something, so he was busy, right?
You know what? Come to think of it, I never even made this comparison. I don't know how the hell I did. This reminds me of Wet Dry World from Mario 64.
Oh my god.
And that's not a compliment, because I really don't care for that world. It's not the worst one in the game, but it's not fun either.
Okay, where was I just a minute?
You were on the other side of the big tree. There's a branch that overarches like that.
There it is.
Well. Yeah.
Because there's the entrance. Gonna just keep going after this guy. Hey! Not even a chance to escape.
Yeah, he was swimming the other way, so he couldn't turn around fast enough.
Yeah.
Alright, any of those big... Yep.
Yeah, those big bastards.
Ow.
I love how she's just not even perturbed. It's just like, yeah, he's gonna hit me. My body is ready.
Ooh, hey, there's one. He's trapped in the plant. My question is, how do you flip that over?
You have to jump from, like, up there or something, right?
Yep.
That's basic. Excuse me.
Yeah, you're not using the claw shots to get to it, I'm pretty sure.
It's gonna be very convoluted.
You're gonna be doing this the old natural way of going through the tree.
Really?
Yep.
Can I not go on top of the tree?
Oh, he sees you! And now he lost interest?
It might, but you might have to make a weird jump. Oh yeah, and you can't go into certain entrances of the tree because they have air, like that one, so it prevents you from doing anything.
Meanwhile, this...
Come on.
Oh yeah, that little rock wall over to the right, that one you can blow up. It's like way down there.
Oh my god.
That's not good. That specific spot won't get you anywhere though. That's where you want to be.
Where? Here?
Yeah, like right there. Because you have to jump from, because it's like an archway on a door, so it goes from that to back into the water.
Play chicken with that guy. Spin right into him.
I can't jump on top of it.
Yeah, it can be done, it's just really hard. Like, I tried doing it for a while and then realized it was more trouble than it was worth.
Okay, so, and I can't just climb
Yeah, I
this?
just swam to the bottom through the entrance like you do normally and then just swam up through the middle. Because you don't have to do all the platforming navigating, you literally get to skip all that because it's underwater as well. Right into that eardrum. Did they ever do that on Magic Koopas? Swim through an eardrum? I feel like they would have done that or tried.
In Arthur, they had an episode in Arthur where they go into a classmate's body. The weird moose person.
Oh, George.
Mm-hmm.
They did it in,
Yeah, they did it. I was thinking specifically the ear, though. I know they did it with Ralph and Arnold as well.
Ralph and Arnold.
Ralph because he was sick. Arnold because, well, it was just a general
Keratin.
the human body.
Spin attack into her.
Spin attack the crotch. As a wise Wallace once said, kick her in the balls.
Alright. The problem is, how the hell am I gonna tell which one I have to flip?
Ah, now that you could have claw shot too. You didn't even see that little pea hat.
Pea hat.
Is this the one I
It'll
have
be
to
over
flip?
a ledge. Like you'll walk out onto a ledge and it'll be directly below you. Yeah, like I said, still enemies that survive this whole flooding thing.
Can you swim? No. Good. Whee!
Good.
Like this?
Yeah, but check before you jump.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
This one?
Yeah, that's in the spot that corresponds on the map where you jumped. Nope.
Oh, jeez. I missed.
Yep, you did.
And this guy's angry!
And I can't just get it any other way.
Nope. In fact, you're taking damage from doing that.
I'm aware.
Oh, look, he's upside down and he's crying.
Yep, he's stunned because he ran into the wall after he hit you. He used high jump kick and kept going into the wall.
And
well, the good news is now you know how to get back up there faster.
It was high jump kick and rolling kick.
Yeah, those were the two.
Rolling
That's
kick,
not
attack.
even
You're showing me how well you remembered something you just saw.
I do not remember.
There was
anything.
a pea hat up next to one of the lily pads that you could claw shot to.
Oh, okay. Ow.
That was a good noise. Glorp.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
You thought a pair of
Yep,
nipples would come in
there you go.
handy that much.
I mean...
Yep, that is still the right one. Just barely.
Barely. And
But
it's
barely
swimming
good
away
enough.
from me?
It liked where it was. It wanted to live its life.
I granted it its freedom, and this is how it repays me?
Said the United States.
God.
Technically
Thank
the
you.
UK, but the United States is just in the corner laughing somewhere. We are the immature, irresponsible younger brother to the United Kingdom, and I'm kind of okay with that. Just because that makes a more funny picture. Well, a more funny mental picture. Don't worry, that wasn't a Tatum.
Yeah, it was a amber relic.
It was an orange. We need to find another word for him. Go. Raw. Maybe he can give you a Clint hint.
Okay, hang on. Come here.
I wish to talk to the nice seahorse.
I know.
Well,
that
that's
wasn't
not
helpful.
helpful. Yeah, the monkey next to me, he likes hamburgers too. Fitting I mentioned that since we're talking about crappy parts of video games. That's probably the worst segment in Earthbound, is that.
That's one we already got.
I know where one is currently, if you would like any help.
Yes, please.
Alright.
This is like an entire map.
Yeah, it is an entire
Indeed.
map. Alright, so press plus to pull up the map real quick. That spot in the northeast, where it's you got that huge patch of white, head there. Or you can just head completely north, like directly north, as far up on the map as you can go north.
Like there?
Yeah. There should be a rock wall that you can blow up because there's a spiked puffer fish, dude.
And you might see some along the way. Who
True.
knows?
There's a couple that are hidden just really well. I think I know where one other one is.
Speak
but
to the trees.
I know this one's here, so we'll go with the one I know where it is as opposed to one where I think I know where it is.
The tree meister.
Yeah, there's the rock wall over there to the left.
There?
Yeah, down there.
Down there?
Yeah. See? You're gonna have to push him into that, but I'm willing to bet there's probably one behind there.
What
Since
is
it was
happening?
not blocked before because you destroyed it previously with a bomb. When it was above the water. That'll work.
Close enough.
And it's gone!
You got a runner.
Come back.
He actually did. Ah, here we go. Yeah, this is where you can, it'll start letting you douse for them. If you go talk to him, 5 will show up.
But meanwhile, there's a hammerhead. Spin attack to get out of the way!
Bold of you to assume I give a damn.
Excellent dodging.
Well, if you did have a dam, this probably would not be as big of an issue as it is right now.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, that was really good.
Sometimes having a large vocabulary in the English language really pays off.
Or just a semi-decent one.
True. Dr. Mata had like a great misplaced English translation, because we're allowed to say como se dice, whatever word it is in Espanol, so he'll translate it for you. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about morning routines, and so someone was trying to say I usually have like a glass of juice, but he heard it as Jews, like Jews. And he's like, why do you need that for your morning routine? I'm like, I don't think that's what she means.
Juice.
Juice.
And then he was like, oh, okay, now I'm clear on that.
What was it that you said the other day that I had really badly misheard, and I was like, excuse the fuck out of me? I don't even remember what it was, but I wildly misheard something that Tylen said, and I was like, how dare you?
Oh, I had a pretty good one that almost got me into like really, really bad trouble when we were at KPA. There was one time where it was like we had just gotten out of school, and I was trying to cross the street, and this car just came flying through, but Kelsey stopped it because she was closer ahead and like waved at it. And I turned to her and I said, oh, thank you for blocking the car. And somehow, I don't know how, Jared Squires got out of that me going, thanks, bitch. I was like, okay, that's not even close to the same syllable. How did you get that from that?
One hears what one wants to hear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god, there's 4 of them and they're all moving.
In a line.
Hey, now they're gone.
Damn, nice. Alright.
I'm willing to bet there's probably some in that little fortress thing that you're swimming towards right now. Like on that lower row inside, I'm pretty sure there's a set of 2. 2 or 3.
Aha, I see them.
Ah, they're pinkies. Everyone's favorite Pac-Man ghost.
Oh, there's 4.
Oh, you forgot Clyde! You forgot
I'm
Clyde!
not gonna miss it. Aha!
I'm such a nerd.
I'm gonna explode, but it's fine.
You know,
okay,
if I ever
you keep spinning and collecting 2 and
You know what? Maybe one day, if I could find a decent... You know what? I'm actually gonna look that up right now. We're not doing anything else for the next 25 minutes because this takes for goddamn ever.
That's fair.
You're not even playing that You're playing it faster than I did the first time, to be honest.
This just takes a long time.
Some of them are hidden a little too well. And again, the crappy thing about dowsing is you have to go all the way back up to the surface, and it gives you an idea of where they are, but you're so far away, it only helps so much. Plus, some of them move, so again, it only helps so much.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. You know, it registered for your dowsing. You have to hold down C and it'll pull it up.
Oh no, that is me pressing C. I just can't do it underwater or in water.
Oh, so you actually have to
So I have to be on a lily
pad. On the surface or actually standing on a solid object. Yeah, there we go.
So there, approximately.
Yep, roughly there. Yeah, as fun as it would be to play that game with you guys, I'm not going to shell out $23 for it right now.
What?
Pac-Man Party.
Oh my god.
Imagine Mario Party if it was really fucking slow. We're talking like Mario Party 4 levels of slow, except a little bit worse. But the game's really goofy and funny.
Whoever floats your
I do not want that.
Do not want.
Not going to donate to your charity, Amazon. If I was going to donate to a charity, I would choose my own damn charity to donate to, not wherever that's going to go.
I am a charity.
Why is Mario Kart Wii still almost $40? Please explain.
I might need to sell my version.
Hey, hang on.
I still have the damn wheel in that thing.
Same.
They have a couple of them, actually.
Starting to say, it's just like I have Mario Kart 8 now. Though there are there are some courses. I think not all of the courses from Wii are in Mario Kart 8, are they?
Not all of them, no.
I might keep it just for that.
I still might end up picking up a copy of this, though.
Teach our child. See, this is what we had to deal with when the Wii tried to teach us how to drive. And then there was Need for Speed Nitro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that.
You could get a version for the Wii, and it was horrendous.
Oh my god, it's
like,
right there. Don't make me do this.
I was like, dude, this game is so cheap. It's gonna be
I can't believe you've done this.
Very cheap for a reason.
Yep, I'm looking at one right now that I kind of want to get. It's called Beastly. You've heard of the movie Beastly?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, they made a video game on it. This current one sells in very good condition for 99 cents on the Wii.
In very good.
That's how you know it's a good game.
Okay, there's two games. One of them was Wolverine that got like a 2.5 rating from Game Informer.
Yeah, it's got 2 customer reviews. Both are 1 star. What a surprise.
Wolverine?
No, for Beastly.
Yeah.
This game was totally not what I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd be able to play one of the main characters throughout the movie. But instead I played as some random character, hated the graphics. The game looks so old and vintage. But since I won't be getting my money back for it, I guess I'm stuck with it. Don't buy this game.
And then there's Zorro.
All 99 cents of it.
Any Zorro game they've made has been horrendous.
Not surprising.
Because it's very niche. If you like your historical fiction. Well, actually...
Not really, no. If I'm being honest.
Historical fiction, I'm gonna play Samurai Warriors or something like that. Beat 'em up army. Like Hyrule Warriors, there you go.
Yeah. I'm just gonna look up some like worst ranked video games of all time just for the hell of it.
Pong ends up on there, just like, what?
This is Screen Rant. I'll read them out. We're going from 25 to 1, so we're going with highest percentage first and then down to the lowest. Number 25 is Gravity Games Bike, Street Vert Dirt with 24%. Title of this game's a mouthful. Oh, it came out at the same time that Pro Skater did, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That would explain a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not good. Postal 3.
This ends poorly.
It seems like it's basically a crappy Dead or Alive / GTA. Game Party Chant. Wow, that looks like a dumpster fire. Holy shit. Just wow. That is really not good. Oh, and it's on the Wii and on the Wii U. Oh, man.
I saw them here.
Oh, no.
Not too long ago. Where did they go?
Yeah, I remember that one. NBN Rival. It was one of those cases of like they released the game way too early type of thing. Before that started becoming more commonplace.
Oh my god, I actually did it.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Enjoy your song. You can't do it with too much happiness. Sounds like something from Terraria.
I was gonna say, like, this is a good song. I just don't feel like this is the ultimate
all the Time Toads, haven't you?
song for the.
Oh my god.
Do I try?
I don't even know where the water dragon is anymore. I don't know
She's
where I
inside the
am.
tree.
I know.
Just go drink some poison bubbles and kill yourself. It's fine.
Dylan, that's inappropriate.
That is not the most inappropriate thing we've said while playing this game.
Definitely not.
Not
No.
even close.
If I get too lost, I may just have to, like, resurface.
That would probably be faster since you're going the wrong way.
That's fair. Alright.
Really, you don't even have to resurface all the way, because remember the tree is not... Yeah, you can see it now.
I see the tree.
I'd like to be a tree.
Dude, being a tree would be so nice. You don't have to deal with people's bullshit.
Oh, that's just a reference. I'd like to be a tree as a reference to something. Pay me no mind. Was that actually the episode I'm thinking? Yeah. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe that's not the episode I'm thinking of.
Still not the right side.
Yeah, no, you're going the right way though. It's gonna be down there. Whoa, that looks really bad. Pulse Racer looks like if you try to make a racing game out of Toy Story and like failed really, really badly. That just looks horrible. That was 2003? What? Mm-hmm. That could have passed for 1996. Yikes. Fighter Within, which is apparently on Xbox One. Oh, it was a Kinect-controlled fighting game. That explains the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Lord, that sounds horrible.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy. Why would you do that?
Because you hate people, I'm guessing.
And yourself. You
just flail your arms wildly.
Right there. All around. Don't play favorites. Hate everyone,
want to
including
lose
yourself.
all your money.
I actually heard that somebody like reprogrammed the Kinect to actually work like it was supposed to.
Oh man, props to whoever did that. I don't think I would have had the patience.
They tried to sell their idea back to Xbox, to which Xbox is like, no. We've given up on this.
'18 is Flat Out 3 Chaos and Destruction, which is a digital-only flat-out game, and it was not developed by the other people that did the previous game. Okay, the name and picture alone have got me sold on this game. The name is Homie Rollers with a Z, and that is the picture for it. I'm sold. It's gonna be great. Oh god, it was on the DS.
Deep bass female singing.
Oh. Yeah, I've actually played that one, Charlie's Angels.
Oh, yay! You can add it to your... Oh, thank you.
Rambo the video game.
And claim to keep these woods underwater.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Oh, well, I figure I've screwed up their lives. I might as well take away... No, I can't make that reference on the stream.
Please don't. I don't know what it is, but it can't be good. Wow, that water drained incredibly fast.
I might as well take away the second flood.
Yeah.
There's no Noah here.
Mm-hmm.
Only some Kikwis. Some mildly perturbed Kikwis, I might add.
I'm curious to see what number one is here.
And then I just go back.
Yeah, you're done here.
As I suspected. We watched it happen.
Like I said, something will happen and then 5 will tell you exactly what you just saw happen. She's not a good helper character.
She's like the recap you get at the beginning of the episode, even though you're benching the TV show.
Previously on Yu-Gi-Oh! I know, man, I just watched this.
No, even better. This time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball's like the obvious one.
It's just like, they're doing the same thing they've done for the last 25 episodes.
Yeah.
We're looking at you, Goku and Frieza. They're fighting.
They're actually yelling. Still at the same fight. The exact same fight.
Yes. It's the longest fight in
Yellow
anime
next.
history.
No, that can lock the game. You're doing that one last.
Okay, red next.
Red next?
Yeah.
Red next.
I'm gonna make absolutely sure. If you want, you can do the other quest now. The reason I said you couldn't do the one with Olin was because you were gonna go to Farin and Farin was flooded. So if you want to do that now, you can. If not, we can stop here and get food. Or, oh god, maybe we don't.
What?
Let's just say do the side quest and end the game.
Okay,
now.
let's do side quests and end the game.
I forgot that happened.
Alright, and so we're going to the teacher dude?
Yep.
Is he gonna be at the school or at the...
He will be at the school. He'll be in his room.
The game just does not want me to have any health.
Nope.
Nope.
If by none you mean 12 and a half or 11 and a half hearts, then yep, none.
I mean, that's fair.
It's more than a lot of speedruns.
Nah, speedruns don't even pick up the heart containers. It takes so much time.
Yeah.
I actually did that in a race a couple times. I decided to forgo some heart containers in Ocarina to catch up, and it did work.
Starting to say, the thing is with Zelda games, if you know how the bosses work and stuff,
Yeah.
there's rarely a need to grab hearts.
Yeah.
It's just
Like, the biggest example I can think of where you would want a lot of hearts in Ocarina is the Shadow Temple, because there's a lot of times where you can just run over spikes and stuff to make it faster, but you need the health to be able to tank it. One more. There you go. Yes, he has dots. Hooray! Never have I seen a plant that would turn a few heads. I think the closest you'd get would be a Venus flytrap.
Have you heard of the Little Shop of Horrors?
Nope.
Basically, there's a Venus flytrap that has accidentally fed the blood of a human, and
so
it
it
turns
eats people.
into a giant Venus flytrap that eats people.
Yeah.
And there's music and dancing.
and there was great celebration.
When was this on or created?
I mean, it's a musical. It was really popular in the 1900s. I don't know.
Well, I hate to disappoint you.
It was at some point after 1940 and before 1980s that it was written.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but there's another book in the late 1800s that used that almost identical principle.
Oh yeah, I think it's based off of something else too. Like it's. All right. And it's in Farron.
Yep, it is in Fodden.
So we're gonna turn around and go right back.
Yep.
Yay.
And go fight that Imprisoned. Not really.
Oh my god.
But how funny would it be?
If we fought him for the third time this stream, I might have a little bit of a stroke. I'm gonna go ahead and save.
Oh man, I just remembered something. We'll get to that later.
What? That I'm gonna have a stroke, or?
No, just something about fighting the Imprisoned.
And you find out it was so much easier. You could have just claw shot to it.
No, you can't.
That would be.
If there was a speedrun trick that was like that, I'm sure it would have been done by now.
Oh yeah, it would have been used and abused.
That was how they figured out the trick with the bottle so fast and oot. Which I still think is funny.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Forget about that.
Alright.
So yeah, the Thunderhead is basically clear now, meaning the sky's not dark in there, so Stritch went over to that island that you got lost on while you were looking for the goddess chest that was really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
one.
where he is.
And I have to find him later?
Yep, later on.
Cool. Alright.
And this is the correct one to go to.
Yeah, we're doing a side quest right now, so this is the correct one.
Because I would hate for her to get locked out of progress.
Yeah, I'll actually look it up real quick so I can get a better... Like, I know how it works, but I would rather have the text in front of me because they're going to know.
Is there anything more specific other than Farron?
East. So, probably in the woods is going to be your best bet for points. Like, the actual point called in the woods.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember which one that is. In the woods. You know. In the forest.
You know, dig your own hole.
Alright.
Why is it so hard for iPad to not crash on like almost every website? There we go. So yeah, in order to glitch the game, as in like make the game unbeatable, what you would do is you would go to Lanayru and talk to the dragon there to get that part of the song. And then you would go to the mine and speak with the Goron that's there, the one that was like, hey, come back later when I'm done breaking down this wall.
Mm-hmm.
You would talk to the Thunder Dragon again and get the song, because you have to talk to the Goron. And then speak with the Goron a second time before you go to either the forest or the volcano regions. And at that point, the events will no longer occur. That's how you lock it out.
Wow.
So the issue will not occur if you've gotten the the Farron and Eldon ones first. And if the game has been saved after completing the sequence of events, it will no longer be possible to proceed through the game on that save file. So at that point, if you do lock it, you either have to completely start the game over or use an earlier save file if you like copied it and saved it to another point.
That sucks.
Yep. They actually did, we can't really do it now, but they actually did release a patch on the Wii Shop channel, which is no longer in service, which is why I say we can't do it anymore. But they did create a patch and release that for free for Skyward Sword to prevent that issue from happening. But as that is no longer in service, that is kind of a problem. I have no idea if it is available on the Wii Shop.
He is so angry!
Now he's just wearing a mask.
It's because he's the punk rock Kikwi. He's
Yep.
got the mohawk. Punk rock.
Oh my god, are we about to kidnap this Kikwi?
Yep.
Oh my god. We're bad people.
You're just now realizing this? Get him!
Punk rock Kikwi.
I hope he had no friends or family that he wanted to say goodbye to.
Right? We're just kidnapping this kid. Like...
So long, my Kikwi need me.
I feel bad for anybody that has to do the quest to douse for all four of them again if this guy's gonna be up in the air.
Right?
Just looking for it and then the sword.
Oh, crud.
You can't ever get a good douse because it just wants to skyward strike every
Yeah, I believe that.
Alright.
Onward to freedom and glory.
And upward?
Where
Many
is the
things.
nearest...
You need the rope to get out of here. Or vine, whatever.
You know,
It's
that's
the same concept.
It serves the exact same purpose, so therefore it's not that big a deal.
Ye Olden video app.
You have to be specific when doing work on YouTube because people will correct you on anything and everything possible.
Such is the rules of the internet.
Yep.
You know, the thing with the stuff.
Yeah, there was one point where I was doing melee and I got Entei and Raikou mixed up, and so I started doing it on purpose just to piss people off. It was so much fun.
I just go with Firebork and Thunderbork.
I don't know, I don't catch legendaries, and honestly, out of how all the legendaries look, at least for like the first 4 or 5 gens, they're the ones that look the least appealing. They don't look good.
Yeah,
Suicune looks okay, but the other two, no. And that might just be because Suicune has like the flowy effects. But the electric one has like its cheeks puffed out like it's a squirrel, which looks really funny. You're like, yep, that's supposed to be a dog.
Perfect.
And the fire one, honestly, my opinion of him is completely corrupted by the 3rd Pokemon movie.
Oh, yes.
Because he's just an annoying father that will not take no for an answer.
We've got to make her watch that.
Man, I don't know if I'm ready to sit through that. I still have that set of movies because we watched the Celebi one.
Yes.
Was that the only one we watched, or did we watch a different one?
We watched the Celebi one, which was Pokemon Forever.
Forever, yeah. Did we watch Heroes?
We did not watch Heroes because I was saying if we're gonna watch Heroes,
we need to watch it last.
We've got it.
Best for last. Unless you
best for last. Yes.
Is either the first movie or Heroes?
We need comfort food and we need tissues.
Ah, yes.
Because if you want to talk about movies that'll hit you where it hurts,
then you go for The Green Mile. That's where you go. That is the one movie that has made me cry, is The Green Mile, and it is really hard to watch. It's also incredibly long, though.
I mean,
but it's set to be, it's supposed to be long because it's a prison movie and it's showing, like, how the passage of time, particularly long patches of time, can affect your psyche, so it makes sense it's a long movie, but it's really hard to watch.
I mean, there's the movie series. Dang. There's the movie series.
Hi! It's a good thing that doesn't look like the large Kikwe, or he would be literally grabbing that thing by the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Zating, get out of here. Fruit Loop.
Hello.
Hello, baby. Ah!
Oh my god.
Just like that Who's Line thing. Shh, here it comes.
You have no idea what this means to me. He's just gonna lie there forever.
Yep. Poke, poke.
Hoping that he goes away.
Oh my god.
To which he will just be even more intrigued by this.
One more quest remains, and then you'll get the reward that is completely and totally worth it. I'm lying.
He lied.
At least I told the truth about lying, though.
Should I try to do Beetle the Bard? Or not Beetle the Bard.
That's
Are
Harry
you okay?
Potter.
No. I've got Harry Potter on the mind.
You need to download the app, because apparently it is all the rage right now.
But yeah. Beetle. Should I attempt to do Beetle's quest?
If you want to give it one more crack, then by all means.
Okay. Like, does it say what triggers it?
It says, start this quest, you must have at least completed the Fire Sanctuary, which you have, and freed Levias and the Thunderhead, which you also have done.
So, basically, who the heck knows?
Yep. Actually, you know what? You might have triggered it. Now I'm thinking about it because of something else we saw earlier. So you might have actually triggered it. In fact, you don't even need to sleep this time. I'm pretty sure the little bubbles will appear over his head in the store, and he'll say, hey, I would want to talk to you, but now's not a good time because I'm pedaling, so, like, sleep it until night.
Okay.
No, okay. Don't worry about it then.
So, don't sleep or
Yeah.
do sleep?
Don't sleep. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll save it for later.
In the meantime...
There might be something else that needs to trigger, but... I thought by that guy saying, like, hey, Stritch went out to that island, that might have been what triggered it, but I guess not.
Do I have to go out to the island and find Stritch?
You do, but it's part of the story, so we're gonna wait for later anyway, because there's no
Okay.
point. So, at this point, we'll save and call it a night.
Alrighty.
She'll be coming back to it Sunday.
Indeed.
The good news is that probably between Sunday and next Thursday, you probably can have the game done by then.
Alright.
Hopefully.
Which is good because I got 21 days before that convention, so
Yeah.
I am running on a time limit.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, so what else in this Pokemon Forever? Destiny Deoxys.
Oh my god.
Oh, Destiny Deoxys is in it? I did not realize that.
This is
Locked my iPhone.
I did lock your iPhone.
I'm so glad. That
Brandon
you're
asked.
still doing that.
Brandon asked me too, and I can't just say no to him.
this.
His girlfriend heals me in Overwatch sometimes. Not really.
So, the last two movies on here, I actually don't really care for that much.
Which ones are they?
Destiny Deoxys and
Oh,
Jirachi Wish.
Deoxys is okay. Jirachi not so much. That one's an experience, I think is the nice way of putting it.
It has some good music, though.
It does have some good music, I will give you that.
Oh, do you have Lucario in the Wait, you've already seen Lucario in the Mystery.
She has seen Lucario in the Mystery of Mew, but I do own it, yeah.
Okay, so we might just do Destiny Deoxys, because I don't know if she feels like crying tonight.
Please don't.
We'll see you guys Sunday for more Skyward Sword.
Yay.
Where Link will do more of this.
Right here.
It's starting to say, how many of the Pokemon movies do you actually have?